I have a certain producer that we have to have a nice talk with, but today is CRAPPLEMANIA.
CRAPPLEMANIA. Hey, listen, everybody. My name is Marcus, and this is Rob. This is the Rob and
Marcus hates wrestling
podcast. I asked you one time not to interrupt me, but that's fine. It's fine. We're good. We're good. Yes, we have somebody we're gonna have to have a conversation with. Are your glasses red? Are they maroon? They look good on you. I like.
I have red glasses and blue glasses.
I like the red glasses. What do you think of my white/clear?
I like them.
Serial killer Dahmer glasses I got going on.
They work.
Thank you. All right, I'm excited for this episode, Rob, because I love to shit on WWE.
Oh yeah,
and this is going to be a shit on WWE fest. And
my God,
so excited for this because something I've looked forward to in the last 15 years of my life has always been the Raw after Mania.
Oh yeah,
it's always been a special episode of Raw. It's always had surprise guests and debuts and special stories and stuff. And let's just say this last, Monday Night Raw after Mania was the shits.
It was bad.
It was almost as bad as Vince McMahon's mustache.
Yeah, let's not.
You want to share?
Oh, my God.
Jesus. What is going, sir? Get me pictures of Spider-Man.
It was Vince McMahon trying to do a Saddam Hussein impersonation.
Was it?
Look at that.
It just reminds me of get me pictures of Spider-Man.
No, that looks like he's ready to invade Syria or something. It looks like he's going to invade Kuwait for oil.
I mean, for 147 years old, the guy looks pretty good.
What are you talking about? He put shoe polish on his head.
The guy looks pretty good for 147 years. How old is he?
He didn't look like that when he was young.
I know.
He looks like a Middle Eastern dictator.
He's an old man now.
He's old man.
Senile, a rapist.
No, his kid is an old man now.
Lester. I like that picture with the really exaggerated bone.
Oh yeah, this is just what the hell was he thinking?
God, who
let him walk out the
Linda McMahon, what are you doing? I think they're not together anymore.
I don't know. Hold on a second. Let's. What was that?
What was that?
Why do you look like a Vegas lounge singer?
Was that the Hall of Fame?
My name is Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and I'm going to perform for you tonight.
I'm going to do 3 hours of jazz saxophone.
I got a lounge piano, a baby grand. It's going to sound great.
All right. This was...
Oh, God. It was awful.
Was something else.
Well, I want to ask one other question.
Sure. We haven't asked any questions yet.
KY or Astroglide?
Astroglide, always.
So you think that's what Hunter used on Cody when he fucked him well up the ass?
I just want to.
Oh my! That's what we really should be talking about.
What we want to talk about right now?
Yeah, I want to talk. I want to get that out of the way.
Sure, absolutely.
Cody Rhodes. Let's put this out there. There's always a media scrum, and we were talking about this later on. And when WWE finishes a match, I never considered the media scrum. I never looked into any of that. I didn't even care about it. Right. But now we were talking about that last week, and they had one, and we didn't see Roman Reigns, Joe Anoa'i, real name. We saw Triple H.
Why are you blasting him like that?
We saw Triple H.
Why are you putting my man's information out there like that?
His name is Joseph, and he's part of the Anoa'i family, which makes
his name is Roman Reigns.
All right. Okay. We didn't see Roman Reigns out there. What we saw was...
Well, why would we see Roman Reigns?
Because they're going to interview him and go, "Hey, Roman, what was it?"
He did his job.
Yeah, no. So he's
not CM Punk. He didn't.
No. So we get Triple H, and they go, "Triple H,
yes.
Why didn't you have Cody win the match?"
Right.
And Triple H said, "Mr. Paul Levesque, hey,
why are you using people's real names?"
Hey,
You're making us look like a bunch of marks.
Does that make us look like Mark using
A
their
little
own?
bit, yeah.
No, because he did that with Ric Flair. When Ric Flair got beat up by Randy Orton, he goes, I want to talk about a good man, Richard Fleer.
Who
And
said that?
Triple H did.
He said it like that.
He
too?
goes, I want to talk about a good friend. You know him as Ric Flair, but his real name is Richard Fleer. And I went, what?
I'd want to die if somebody used my real name. Like if somebody was like, CM Punk, I mean Phil Brooks, I'd be like, what?
So when I worked in radio, the guy who replaced me in essence as the morning show
CM
host,
Punk.
and he used my real name on air.
Oh no, why would he do that? What was your stage name?
RJ Williams. So it was an AM station, and we did
Makes you sound more white.
what 70s, 80s, and 90s. RJ Williams, the soft sounds of Westchester, soft favorites, blah blah blah. And then it became talk radio, and I called in as a guest, and the host went, "Oh, and we've got well, you know him as RJ Williams here, but his real name is Rob Boschelari." And I went, what are you doing? Are you a professional or what?
Give somebody my IP address, you son
Yeah,
of a
yeah, I
bitch.
know, yeah, right.
What the hell?
Here's
All right, so let's talk about it for a minute.
so Cody Rhodes did everything right, and Triple H's story was that the story in wrestling never ends. So
Okay.
this story,
What's
this narrative, that we've got this narrative
Yeah.
that the story is going to end, but it's wrestling, and the story never ends.
Well, isn't WrestleMania the season finale? In essence?
I don't know what to call WrestleMania.
Isn't it their season?
Well, no, you
finale?
can't call it the season finale because the season starts in like February. No, not February. Fall's when they had the season opener. So you're not gonna say that the season of wrestling only goes 4 minutes, because they always say in fall that this is the new season of wrestling. So no, WrestleMania is not the end. That's true. WrestleMania is not the end.
So what? Okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's their biggest event.
Yes.
So I mean, it should. And if we're being logistical, logical reasoning, and all those things,
But I want to get
WrestleMania should be the main event,
right.
Anyway,
But here's the thing. So Cody Rhodes comes out.
Tony Khan's got to be laughing his ass off.
Oh yeah,
he's got to be just having the
Cody
blast. That guy's
Rhodes.
got to be snorting cocaine and just having
Oh
a good
yeah,
old time.
Cody Rhodes comes out to his wife. He comes out to -1 from AEW. John Huber's
shouts -1. Let's not use the kid's.
All
real
right,
name. Please,
-1.
Can we not use the kid's real name?
All right. Well, I don't know the kid's real name. I just know.
good.
Okay.
I was
He
waiting
comes
for
out to -1. Luke Harper's son. Luke Harper died a few
Luke
years
Harper
ago.
Jr.
Right. He died. They put the kid out there. They've got Brandy Rhodes out there.
Yes.
They've-
All hanging out. Beautiful.
They've got
It's
the
actually
daughter.
beautiful.
He picks up the daughter. He kisses his daughter. He's in the red, white, and blue, dressed up like a Revolutionary War soldier. The all-American American, here to complete the story that his dad, the son of a plumber, started. And it is beautiful. It is set up. We get the run-ins from the Uso, blocked by the new tag team champions. We get the interference from Solo Sikoa, caught by the referee with a hard slap to the back with the weight belt. We get everything for the perfect setup, for the perfect finish on the grandest stage of them all, with the best face going in to become the leader of your company, the face of the company going into a sell-off to Endeavor, UFC Sports. We get everything you could possibly want. Roman Reigns, who did his job and then some, with no one left to face, with no story left for him to write, hence the term that this is finishing the story, and they screw Cody. And all I could think of is Cody with the sledgehammer at the opening of AEW after Double or Nothing, smashing the throne of Triple H, and now coming going, excuse me, sir, I'd like a championship. And I'm going, boy, you got your shoulder tore up, and now you want a belt?
Listen,
Nope.
They not only screwed Cody Rhodes, they screwed Dusty Rhodes.
They screwed Dusty Rhodes. They screwed all of us, because the whole point of this was, the point of everything that we were doing as a fan was we were invested in this storyline. And Cody Rhodes came out to, I would say, an 85% pop.
Yeah,
Came out to a little booze. There were a few boos.
sure.
He looked around because
There's hardcore Roman fans.
And also, there's going to be AEW fans that remember that this is a rehash.
Mhm.
Cody didn't change his gimmick. Cody said, I'm going to go to whatever company will take me where I can use this babyface gimmick, because they got sick of it at AEW. They got sick of it with Anthony Ogogo, where he squashed him. They got sick of it where he tried to squash Malachi Black, and nobody was feeling it. They were like, yo, Malachi Black's over. You're not going to change us on that.
And one day, creative, be it Vince or Triple H or whatever is going on, we'll get into that later. Creative is going to tell him that he's got to go heel. And he's under contract, so he's going to have to go under heel. He's going to go heel. Cody Rhodes is going to have to try to be the bad guy.
And he's not good at it. He's not. He doesn't know how to.
No.
You know what Cody Rhodes being a bad guy like? You know what? John Travolta plays a crappy bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
The closest John Travolta got
It's
to
just
be,
unbelievable.
he's bad.
Yeah.
Watch the Punisher movie if you want to understand how bad he is as a heel.
Oh, that was such a terrible movie.
I killed your family.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird.
Tony Khan's having a blast. The Young Bucks are having a blast. I think a lot of people are over on the other side of the yard just having a great time right now. And do you feel bad for Cody?
Yeah, because you know what?
Or do you realize that he's a grown man? He made his own decision.
No. Here's where he's screwed up. He doesn't like Stardust. Nobody does. It was going nowhere. He was hissing. He looked like an idiot. He goes into Impact Wrestling and he gets into a few feuds. He gets Moose to back him up. And then he goes heel, actually, and he gets angry that Moose is spending too much time with Brandy Rhodes. Then he leaves Impact Wrestling and he goes to New Japan Pro Wrestling and he does some stuff. And there he runs into the Young Bucks.
Cody was in Impact?
Yes, he was before New Japan Pro Wrestling. And he came in as a face. And then Moose was still a babyface himself, tagged with him, and saved Brandy from getting beaten up by whomever. And Cody got jealous of it. So they went down that road and they made him a heel.
Oh, great.
And Cody came out with a denim jacket on, his usual ring gear, but no blonde hair, and a denim jacket. That was his ring attire. He came and he wasn't allowed to be Cody Rhodes. So they said Brandy and Cody Rhodes, because he can't be Cody Rhodes. He didn't own his name yet. He goes into New Japan and then he does All In.
Okay.
And he does All In and he gets Nick Aldis, which he fought in All In was Nick Aldis. And he gets all of this stuff and he does a promotion and he is the face of the promotion, even though it's Tony Khan. We are aware of Tony Khan and he thanks Tony Khan, but honest to God, Tony Khan is nowhere to be seen yet because Cody's the face of it all.
You know what I loved? That New Japan promo where he essentially called himself the American Nightmare, where he gets out of the limo and he has that old nice little talk and he's like, I'm the American Nightmare. And everybody popped and it was hard and it was sexy.
But
and it was just interesting.
He's not the American Nightmare because he was playing it as a baby face over and over ever since.
Right.
He tries to go heel and he just and when a lot of guys like that go heel, what they do is they just go, you know what? I'm full of angst because the fans weren't behind me all the way. You should have cheered for me all the way, all the time.
Here's the thing. To be a bad guy is kind of easy. It's easier to be a bad guy. You know, you're mad at the world, you're mad at the promotion, you're mad at wrestling, you're mad at this guy, you're mad at that guy, whatever. It's easy to be a heel. It's a lot harder to be a baby face because there's only so many stories you can do. I got to triumph over good and evil. I got to, there's odds that I got to beat or whatever.
Right.
But like
being a bad guy is the low hanging fruit.
Yeah. I mean, sure, it's easier. It's easier to do. Let's just say that it's easier to do. Some people are much better at it than other people, like MJF, Ric Flair, two of the best bad guys of all time. Now, name some good guys that are just like overly good. That never had to go. Well, like John Cena. You can be like John Cena.
Yeah, but no, John Cena sucked as a babyface. But when John Cena was, Doctor of Thugonomics, he was always in between. There was no one guy with a straight path. The Rock was Nation of Domination heel, evolves into a face, stays a face, becomes stale.
Yes.
They put him against Hulk Hogan to split the crowd. That didn't work. They put him against Stone Cold, split the crowd. That did work.
Hogan was a baby for 30 years.
Yep. Well, then there was a Hollywood whole crap and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah.
And
But, what we're trying to say here, nobody is listening.
that's why I'm messaging a couple of people right now.
It's easier to be a bad guy than a good guy. Some people just aren't made to be good. And honestly, they kind of suck. And Cody Rhodes sucks as a good guy, and he's not a good guy. And it's hard to believe in somebody like Cody Rhodes. His dad, it was easier to believe in because his dad was a normal guy. He was the guy next door, his father, Dusty Rhodes. I feel like you could be living in Henderson in your house and you're mowing your lawn and you look over and you see Dusty Rhodes and he is taking out the trash. He was an every man. He was easy to believe in.
Right.
But his son Cody, what's like Cody's shortened? So like what's Cothaniel? Just it's hard to believe in Cody.
El Guapo.
Yeah,
what's up?
I can't believe in Cody. So seeing him as a face just sucks. And
but here's the thing with Cody. He was set up. Here's the thing, and I'll say this is why he got screwed horribly.
Well, he didn't get screwed.
He did. Triple H.
It's all predetermined.
Triple H took a jagged shillelagh and rammed it up his ass.
Listen, nobody.
Here's what they said. But here's what they said. They said a long time ago that Triple H said, "Look, this decision was made weeks ago. We didn't just do this at the last minute." Now, here's what we've heard.
Cody knew that.
Not necessarily. Remember,
so you can't be screwed.
The first time that the women's tag team champion was.
Can we be honest for a minute? Do you really think that they told Cody at one point that he was going to be champion at WrestleMania?
The story that was going around was in the contract that if I'm coming back, that you're going to put a belt on me.
Yeah, but you can't. That I want to see that contract.
All right, all right. Oh, the other thing. Well, here's the point. When Sasha Banks and Bayley were the women's tag team champions and they lost their belt to the Iconics, they found out as the match was about to begin. They walked out because of this. Remember, they found out as they were marching up the ramp. They go, by the way, you're dropping the belts tonight. And that's what they said of WWE, talent. They said, we were told before the match was about to begin, we're dropping the belts. Now, first of all, I want to know how you even conduct a match, except for the fact that I know there's, people whispering in your ears. The refs have got earplug. Everyone's mic'd.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody wants Cody to win or whatever. So you get to that assumption level.
I didn't want Roman to lose. I didn't. It wasn't that I didn't like Roman, and it wasn't that I wanted Roman to lose. I wanted Roman to have somebody to compete against, and as he would always say, there was no one left. And now you screwed yourself because
that's the biggest problem right there is now he's got nobody.
He's got nobody left. And here's what you did with Cody. Let's say you feel bad for Cody. Let's say you feel bad for Cody Rhodes.
You didn't give him his WrestleMania moment. There's no point.
You can't go back now.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care if he wins in the future. It's meaningless.
You can win at a house show in front of 200 people, and I'd be like, all right, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care now. You've squandered the moment. The moment was not about Cody, and it wasn't about Roman. It was about the moment you set. You made this WrestleMania about the change. You made it about the storyline. You made it about Hollywood. You took the most clean-cut guy. You paraded him around in front of these people, the children, the family. You made him the most wholesome guy, and you sold the company off. And you gave the belt to Roman. And what does Roman do with the belt the following day? Nothing. He's bored to tears because he's got nothing to do. He has nothing to say. Paul Heyman has nothing to say. This is all Paul Heyman has to contribute now.
What is that?
He has nothing.
Paul Heyman have my notebook?
Paul Heyman has the belt, and all he can do is flash the belt around and go, you know what? In the aisle of relevancy. No, you're boring. We've heard it. When Paul Heyman becomes tired, when his rhetoric is even tired for him, Paul Heyman has nothing. If you put Paul Heyman in the ring for an hour, you're going to be entertained 9 out of 10 times. Not anymore because he's backing Roman Reigns. It really, when you look back at it, this is how things go. It's almost like they have to do the exact opposite of what logical. Right. You screwed yourselves. This is like Triple H going, I've got to run a marathon, and then shooting your toes off and going, oh, it's a triathlon. Well, wait a minute. How are you going to swim and run and ride a bike with no toes? Why did you do this?
So night 1 of WrestleMania was solid.
Oh, well, here's the thing. If we want to do this, I'm going to do the lightning round, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna do the lightning round thing, the match by match, and then
all right. So we got WrestleMania night 1, April 1st. And let's go in. We had this massive WrestleMania stage. Miz comes out with Snoop Dogg. Love it. Snoop Dogg's walking around with the Dogfather solid gold belt. Love it. John Cena starts off with Austin Theory. A lot of hot dogging to get the match going on. I got to.
Are you reading all your notes that you?
I'm rapid firing this.
Oh God! Here, let's do this directly, people, because if we do it how Rob said.
Well, no. We'll do it quick. What I'll say is this: it was a pretty straightforward match. There was no spots that Austin Theory did that were standout. Cena did the. Well, yeah. When Cena came out and was on his back like he is on most of his matches all the damn time on his back. Then he starts doing the shoulder tackles and the "you can't see me." It was like ordering on a menu.
John has 5 moves, and he's going to do those 5 moves
at the end of the match.
Right.
This is going. John Cena watching him wrestle is like going to a Denny's restaurant and expecting to find filet mignon on the menu.
Don't you fucking shit on Denny's like that.
All right. Well,
I like Denny's.
It was the low blow was great. Whatever. But John Cena was right. Nobody wins. Nobody fucking won that match. I mean, Austin Theory won, but he gains nothing from it. It was a match.
You know who won that match?
Who?
Because it wasn't the fans, it wasn't the participants, it was Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Vincent Kennedy McMahon won that match because he had 2 big old meaty muscle men fighting, oiled up in a ring. It was nice. It was beautiful. It was exactly what Vincent Kennedy McMahon wanted. And Vincent Kennedy McMahon gets what Vincent Kennedy McMahon wants.
Is that what Vincent Kennedy McMahon wants? To look like a Mexican despot?
That's how he was looking while they were wrestling.
Yeah. Look.
Make them fight longer. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So that was bad. Now.
Terrible. 2.5 stars. Terrible match.
It just didn't do anything, but it was I'm going to give it a 3, and I'll tell you why I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
Give it a 3 out of 10.
I'm good. Oh, out of 10. Oh, we're going out of 10. Out of 5. Out of 5, I'm going to give it a 3, and I'll tell you why. Because it did what it had to do. You got all the pops. You'd seen it did all the classic moves. I don't like Austin Theory's terrorist beard. He looks like he I don't get what he's doing with that god awful beard.
Theory has a title defense now. He's a legitimate champion. Blah blah blah. Bullshit. Terrible match. Next match.
The 4-way fatal 4-way tag team match.
Yes. Can you name the 4 teams that were in that tag match?
So we had the Street Profits. We had Ricochet and Braun Strowman.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Street Profits won that one. Hey.
It was a pointless match. And also and I will fast forward the women's fatal 4-way tag team match, equally as pointless.
Yes. Both of those tag matches sucked.
Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. I love Logan Paul coming down on the harness like Shawn Michaels. That was great.
You're not a big Logan Paul guy. You know,
no. Logan Paul. Here, I'm not. No, actually, I do like him. He's really good and polished in the ring for someone who's barely done it.
Yes.
He looks like he's been doing it for years.
Because I remember an episode or 2 ago, you were like, "This Logan Paul sucks."
Well, no, but because there's
and I had to defend him. Do you guys remember? I
But
don't know.
yeah,
Pepper
the Logan
Farmer,
Paul
man.
match was good. It did what it had to do. It put Seth Rollins over. Seth Rollins, I don't know if he was injured because he had those big hip pads.
Seth Rollins doesn't have to win though. That's the thing.
No, but Logan Paul does. If Logan Paul wins with his titanium fist, I don't give a shit.
You know, I liked the Spanish announce table prime bottle spot. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, as soon as that Prime bottle was coming down, I'm like, oh, who is this going to be? Because this thing is still dancing around throughout the entire match. So this, and it was good.
It was a good spot. I like that.
When the spot where he goes to dive to the announce table and hits his buddy
Yeah,
was great. That was a great spot.
good spot.
There were a lot of great spots there. I enjoyed it. We followed up with the women's trio tag match. Jesus, God, what an awful match for two reasons. Number one, why wasn't it for the belt? These belts are a joke. The women are treated like a joke. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, the two women on the man's team, Becky Lynch's team, are too old to do it. I don't want to be ageist. They are Trish Stratus cannot wrestle anymore. Lita cannot wrestle anymore.
Is it better to be sexist than ageist?
No, I don't want to be sexist because women do incredible things in the ring, and not because they're women or because for a woman. No, women own the damn matches, but Lita is washed up. She could not do a poetry in motion. She did a poetry in motion and then realized she couldn't commit to it.
Isn't
And did
she
a
like 50?
something like that. And she did a stinger splash. And I'm like, oh, you did a splash and you couldn't finish the poetry in motion. Then she couldn't do a twist of fate, which is easy. She was getting her ass kicked on basic moves. Then she does like a swanton bomb. And I'm like, wait a minute. You had a hard time with all the easy moves, but a swanton bomb you were able to do. What the hell is going on here? And by the way, and I feel bad for Lita. Lita hasn't wrestled. They even said it since 2001 was her last WrestleMania. Was in 2000.
Over 20 years?
Right. So wait a minute. When she came in and she got the hot tag, nobody cheered for her. Why?
So take
Because
all that
nobody
back.
knows her.
Take all that back. Take everything you said back. She hasn't wrestled in 20 years, and you're going to give her shit about a poetry emotion? Rob, can you do a poetry emotion?
Sure.
Rob.
No. What?
Rob, you would need to stretch for 3 hours.
Here is my thing, though. Here's
Take
my thing.
7 ibuprofen.
But this is
and
my
drink
point.
a
This is
gallon
my
of
point.
water before you can even
Why
try
are
to do
you
a poetry
doing?
emotion.
Why even bother? Because
it's their move.
it's a novelty match. It's like you saying, it's a novelty match.
But it was entertaining.
Trish Stratus did even less than that.
Well, I mean, she's Trish Stratus.
She did even less than that.
She's used to doing.
And by the way,
this
and
thing.
Damage Control was working their asses off, putting these freaking heifers. Excuse me, not heifers. That's the wrong word. Rusty Gates. That's the best way. Thank you.
That's nice. That's nice comment.
Yeah.
For Rob.
No,
He
but
needs to hear stuff.
yeah,
like that.
but no. What I'm saying is
But
they.
can we do it after he's done being
Yeah.
sexist?
No. They literally. They needed.
They're heifers.
They were. I didn't want to say heifers. I that wasn't the word I was going for, because that would mean they were big overweight cows, and none of them are, because it's WWE.
Right.
You either have to be like ridiculously muscle bound, or you have to be like anorexic, and then they'll allow one fat chick in there just to even it out.
Yeah.
Because by the way, anytime there's a big woman on the roster, another one gets bumped off.
Yeah.
Piper
can
never
only-
even shows up.
You can only have one fatty.
That's it.
Vince says a one fatty rule.
Thank you.
Let's get into
Match was terrible.
Let's get into a match that I enjoyed. Are you guys ready?
Well, what's the next
match?
match was the Mysterio.
Mysterio match.
Rey Mysterio.
Let's talk about Dominic's entrance.
That ensign. Why did I say ensign? My brain is digging enough
That
sleep.
entrance.
Entrance.
Let me just say something. I
Woo!
am
Woohoo.
completely entertained. Completely entertained by everything Dominic Mysterio does. Here's
I only have one complaint. It's not about the match.
may I?
Okay, my apologies.
Paul Heyman does this thing where he has this idea when he looks at wrestling. I'm not even going to look at that real quick. Paul Heyman has this idea about professional wrestling where you highlight your strengths and you hide your weaknesses.
Okay.
Okay? That's
Okay.
Paul Heyman's view at things. And I think WWE has done the perfect job of highlighting Dominic Mysterio's strengths and hiding his weaknesses. Dominic Mysterio is a
He's a mid-card
He's a
wrestler.
hornswoggle. He's a Santino Marella. He's a
That's closer.
he's a novelty act that's entertaining, and that's it. We don't expect him to put on 5-star matches, but we also don't expect him to suck.
Can we get an entrance into the wrestler of your choice? And in this corner, weighing in at 275 pounds, he is The Rock. Right, enough.
You interrupted my thought process for that. You interrupted my thought. What are his strengths? His strengths are he's entertaining. Have you seen those little fucking clips that they do where he went to Rey Mysterio's house and they get a fight at Rey Mysterio's house and
he's a heat magnet. They call that a heat magnet.
That's entertaining. Are you
Yeah,
serious? That's entertaining.
when he
That
goes-
is the E in WWE.
I
right
did
there. That is
time.
entertainment.
I
He's
did
talking
time.
about prison.
And he's got the teardrop like he killed somebody.
Bobby, you gotta bail me out, Bobby. That's
Oh,
entertaining.
God,
That
he
is
was
strengths. That is
so obnoxious. It was
it's
so
good.
that was like Kurt Angle when they did the beer and Kurt Angle came out with milk.
If you're gonna give that guy TV time, let him shine in what he's good at. And what he's good at is being annoying. And what he's good at is being entertaining. And it's world wrestling entertainment.
But I will say this. He's not a horrible wrestler.
He's not a horrible wrestler, but he's not his father, and people know that, and they expect that. Okay, the thing with Dominic is they expect him to be on the wrestling level of his father, and he's just not there.
I'm gonna hold on now. Wait a minute.
There's too high of
I'm gonna
expectations
give
on
you
the
I'm
man
gonna
Dom.
I'm gonna push back a little bit here. The moves that we saw out of Dominic is mostly the same move repertoire that Rey Mysterio has.
But he doesn't have the experience to make those moves look
He
good.
doesn't, they're not shiny, but the other person has to sell them well. My thing is Rey Mysterio he's a little guy. So when Rey Mysterio does all these moves, you've got these much bigger guys. Rey Mysterio is shorter than us, and he's fighting guys 6'5", and he's chopping them down. And he's selling, and they're selling
Markus
the reaction.
Stunt is better than Dominic Mysterio. In what aspect?
Oh no!
In what aspect?
Marco's stunt is literally a football that's thrown around, and they punt him at people. They fling him at people.
Stunt is the Spike Dudley of AEW.
That is perfect analogy, Marcus.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Perfect analogy.
Thank you.
He is the modern Spike Dudley. He can do a few
He
moves.
is meant to be picked up and thrown around.
He could grab somebody by the headlock and put him in a bulldog and
I would GM mode on Raw, whatever, playing GM mode in real life.
Yeah.
I would take Dominic Mysterio over Marco Stunt every time.
Now here's what I'll
Every
say.
time.
What I'll say is this. Dominic, I think, is the same wrestling ability, and people are gonna grind their teeth, but watch the matches, as Eddie Guerrero when he gets into WWE for the first time. Eddie Guerrero, when he passes, unfortunately, was on a lot of roids, a lot of drugs. He was juiced up out of his mind. Now, when Eddie Guerrero came in with the Radicals from WCW, he does a 5-star frog splash. They interrupt somebody. They beat the garbage out of somebody in the ring. Him, Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko, and Chris Benoit. And he does a 5-star frog splash and breaks his right elbow. Eddie Guerrero does. Right now, Dominic Mysterio looks and has the same build as Eddie Guerrero did back then. He's slimmer.
When he was in the Radicals.
Right. Dominic Mysterio can do a 5-star, and he does it well.
But
He's
he looks
smooth.
Like he'd break his elbow doing it.
Well, yeah, but he's smooth. His moves are not horrible. But he is.
But he is not as.
He's saying no. Oh, stop it! No, I think Mysterio's problem is he's not his dad. We're all
not his uncle either.
He's not that good, but he's not that bad. If he's in Impact Wrestling or AEW or GCW, one of those other promotions, he's a mid-card holder. He's an X division holder.
Let me ask you something.
In Impact Wrestling, he'd be an X division holder.
In Latino World Order. The original Latino World Order. Can you name some of those guys?
Isn't Conan in the
So there was like Juventud
Guerrero,
Psychosis.
Yeah.
Who was the slightly fatter one? He had like he was a little more. He was a lucha.
How did he dress?
He was a lucha.
Oh, I don't know.
black
We're going.
hair. You know what I'm talking about? He's like the third. He's like the third level lucha.
I don't
I
remember.
forget his name. It's not Psychosis.
But
it's
we're
not
right now the
Lucha.
Latin World Order. One of the guys from that.
Super crazy. Super crazy. That's Dominic Mysterio.
Gotcha.
Okay, in my eyes, that's where I see Dominic Mysterio. He's
But
he's not Psychosis. He's not Juventud.
Here's what they'll do.
Okay.
Here's
But he
what I
has
would give him.
potential to go a little higher.
I
be a little better.
he
But right now he's super crazy.
he
he's forgettable.
one day. The problem is that they really elevated the U.S. belt. There's no belt you can give him.
You couldn't give Dominic the United States right now.
No.
You couldn't give Dom. You couldn't give my man's Dom.
Cruiserweight maybe if they brought that back. Cruiserweight maybe. Because he's got to defend it, and you got to write a storyline around it where he's fighting guys off.
Hey, I bet you right now, if Dominic Mysterio wore a mask and he stopped,
Can you do
talking
that?
And whatever, you gave Dominic Mysterio a mask and you let him fucking actually lucha style wrestle. He's up there with Super.
Here's what I want to see from Dominic Mysterio.
He's with Super.
Here's what I would do. First of all, he's got to bulk up a little bit. He's still too scrappy. Number one, and number two, get rid of the full singlet, thing. Show off the chest. Build yourself up. Make yourself look stronger. If you do a mask,
You
great.
saying shirtless? You saying
Shirtless.
pants, boots, and a mask?
Yeah, no shirt. Like his dad's got the singlet on. He'd be a Fuego del Sol.
I like Fuego.
He would be a Fuego del Sol. But I don't think he could do the mask, Dominic. I don't know what the laws are. If there's like some sort of unwritten rules about donning a mask when we've already seen you wrestle without it.
I think he'd have to earn it.
You'd have to go to Mexico maybe in AAA or some shit.
He'd have to go to Mexico and earn the mask. Anyway.
Serpentico could be Dominic.
Well,
oh, man. That's harsh.
Serpentico has like 100 and something losses.
Yeah, right.
The most losses
but here's my thing. Could Dominic... Could they revamp him a little bit? Because he's going to go into Puerto Rico. He's going to go into Puerto Rico, and he's going to go there with Damian Priest and take on Bad Bunny and Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio and Bad Bunny are going to beat the crap out of him. And then we're going to slowly dissolve Judgment Day because Rhea Ripley's going to realize she doesn't need it as time goes on, and Finn Balor's going to realize they don't need it. Finn Balor can win on his own. He doesn't need Judgment Day. And also,
they already made him a joke. A lot of people have started off their careers as jokes, and become something more.
Yeah,
I definitely think Dominic has potential. But I like Rob saying, I think he needs to gain 30 pounds. He needs to get covered with a few more tattoos. He needs to kind of change the gimmick. Be a little more
they can do it.
Here's how they fix Dominic. Are you ready? They make him a mask collector. They give him a mask collector gimmick, and they let him go after.
So he's kind of like a
luchador
luchador Randy Orton.
But he beats the shit out of him backstage.
He
gains 30 or 40 pounds. He gets a little bit of muscle, and he goes after other luchas. And this is how you do it. You go, I wasn't able to earn my mask. I had to fight without a mask. So you don't get to fight with a mask. And he tries to steal their mask, and he rips it off them, and he beats them up, and he does all this stuff, and he has a little more aggression and a little more spunk.
This is why I don't think that would work.
Dominic. That's how you fix Dominic.
What would happen if I wanted you to touch on Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes? What would happen if Stardust? You can't. No, he's asking about Stardust. You don't because you can't. Stardust was a character so that they would have somebody for Cody. They would have somebody for Dustin Rhodes to tag with Cody with. Because remember back then, Dustin Rhodes and Cody were tag teaming and they kept losing. So Cody said, "Oh, I got this idea. It's gonna be great, brother. I've got this idea. Just give me a week and I'll have the perfect tag team partner for you." And then he came out with the Stardust makeup and it was goofy and he didn't like it. And at the end of the day, it's about the health of the wrestler. And if you come out there and you're gonna dump money in my lap and I can't sell it because I can't sell it, I don't believe in what I'm doing. Sometimes people can do it. Sometimes people can just be this character.
Two things. Preston Vance number 10 is already doing that. Well, what is Preston Vance doing where we or paying attention. I haven't heard of anything Preston Vance has done.
He's
in
not
months.
taking masks.
And Roosh doesn't need a gimmick like that. Roosh is just Roosh.
But that's what I'm saying. The only thing I have with your premise there, I mean, he was doing a lot of clown stuff that took away from the Death Family. Like, you know what? He's right. He's right, because Cody went and did the clown thing and was able to make a name for himself. Cody went to other promotions.
Cody did a clown thing
when he was Stardust. That's a clownish thing. That's even worse than what they're making. Dominic Mysterio do. And he did that clown thing, and Nama, he was able to get out of it. The only thing with what you're saying with taking the masks is, I agree, they're not going to take him. They're not going to take Dominic Mysterio out of WWE. More than likely, he's never going to go to another promotion.
I never said take him out.
No. But what I'm saying is, how many masked luchadors are there in WWE? Only one or two.
Well, you keep bringing more in. That's fine. You keep bringing more in. You're building a character, and WWE's
Right.
got the type of money they can just put masks on people. They got that guy in NXT, the World, the guy who's like a comic book character or some
Right.
shit. You bring him up. You do all
Right.
that. You just give people masks
Right.
for him to take. You're trying to build something, and you're trying to make Dominic a serious guy.
Why don't we give him a mask?
Well, yeah, that guy needs a mask. First thing Dominic needs to do
Definitely
is
needs a mask.
gain 35 pounds.
Yeah. Dominic in a toilet bowl. No, I don't like
I
the.
don't know why you guys are hating on Dom. so
No,
much.
I don't, and I don't
I
dis.
like Dom.
He did.
I like Poppy Dom.
He's a heat magnet. He's obnoxious. But Dominic is a heel with a baby's face.
Sure, he's
And-
pretty.
All right.
Well,
Let's move off of
real quick. Why don't we do that? Why don't we make him the pretty boy heel?
because he's
Why
not.
doesn't he
Los
scarify-
Lotharios
why
are already
doesn't he-
doing
Why
that.
doesn't he scarify people because he's pretty and they're not? He's like,
Let's move on to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair.
amazing.
loved
best match of the night.
this
awesome, great time.
Freaking
Can we get
match.
back to Dominic being
Now, there's not much you could say about him. He's still in diapers.
he got spanked and that was awesome. Rhea, go to Rhea.
All right, Rhea, and we're gonna go on to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. This was just
I'll
amazing.
do it. I'll name this fucking podcast. This is the Dominic Mysterio Fan Club podcast. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there was some great spots here. There was a German suplex from Rhea Ripley that causes Charlotte Flair to just go face first into the mat early on.
Did she mess her nose up? Did she take some damage on her?
I don't know about that. The German suplex from Rhea Ripley to Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair landed face first in the mat.
Yeah, it was the best
Bad.
match of the night.
Yeah, that looked bad.
It was a great time. I'm
Um,
glad Rhea finally took
the
that time
modified
off.
Rhea Ripley's modified Texas cloverleaf that she does, where she's got you in the air, is great. Immediately going into a spear from Charlotte Flair. The reactions were great. There was a face plant of Charlotte Flair onto the top corner of the ring post, and then hitting the riptide from the top. It was great, and what I appreciated was Charlotte Flair's outside on the ground, smiling and laughing. I love handing the torch. I loved it. Charlotte Flair stayed in
Wasn't
character.
She crying at some point though.
She was
about
just hysterically
frustration?
laughing. She was like, and you're just like, whoa.
So what do we do from here? Where does Charlotte go? Is
Charlotte,
she taking a break?
no, you tag team her. You have her,
So she just becomes another tag machine?
yeah, she just puts people over. That's all she
Cool,
has to
I
do.
guess.
She puts people
I'm
over.
excited for Rhea. Rhea's got a championship. It's
Rhea-
nice to see a championship on her. She's going to be a badass.
This is what
She's just going to be.
this is the treatment
Flying
that Cody
through
Rhodes
opponents.
should have got. This is the treatment she should now. Now, by the way, Charlotte doesn't need to take a break for a few months. She just came back. Charlotte's job was to put Rhea Ripley over because it was not believable that Rhea Ripley is going to lose to Ronda Rousey because we're in kayfabe land. Ronda Rousey's a midget by comparison. Ronda Rousey's not going to do any real moves. She's going to do a few duffel bag tosses.
Are we building towards Ronda?
No. They've got who's the big tall Mexican chick? Rochelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, I like her.
You're Raquel Rodriguez, whatever. She's forgettable, unfortunately. But maybe if they write a good story for her, she needs a better story.
The 6'5" Amazon that just throws people around is forgettable?
Yeah.
How? In what world?
Thank you, CRAPPLEMANIA. Just she's forgettable because she has nothing. She's not no standout personality. She's got Rhea Ripley.
Everybody has to have a personality, Rob. We're talking.
Why would they let Liv beat Ronda but not Rhea Ripley?
May I go on to a tangent for a moment, please?
Please do.
While you think about the comments and read the comments over there. Not everybody in professional wrestling has to have a personality. I'm sick and tired. This is why you need managers.
Acknowledge me.
This is why you need managers, and you need more managers in professional wrestling to take care of things, to talk for people, because not every professional wrestler has a personality. Key in point, the one person that nobody ever wants to talk about anymore because he killed his whole fucking family, Chris Benoit. Terrible on the mic. Worst microphone. I can't name a worse promo than the crippler Chris Benoit. Terrible. Has all the wrestling talent in the entire world. One of the best, greatest of all times.
The intercontinental matches back then were better than the championship matches, the heavyweight championship belt matches
Didn't
now.
Have a personality.
All right, he had nothing.
Dean Malenko, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Catch can. Everything he does, amazing, right? Got on the microphone, terrible. Worst promo all time. Don't need him. It's fine. You don't have to have, I'm sick of the indie stars bullshit where everybody's like, he's got to be the best on the promo. He's got to have a great physique. He's got to be tall. He's got to be handsome. He's got to have all these things, blah, blah, blah. Not everybody was meant to have a microphone in their hand. Why? Because when you have somebody who's good with a promo, it's special. Not everybody can be The Rock. Not everybody can be Stone Cold. Not everybody can be Mankind. Okay? I'm sick and tired of the whole bullshit where everybody has to be good at a promo. Everybody's got to be able to cut the best promo. Oh, that was a terrible promo. Oh, that guy can promo, blah, blah, blah. That's why you have managers. You have Paul Heyman's. You have a bunch of Paul Heymans because you don't have, not everybody and their mom has to be good on the microphone. And I'm tired of this whole idea that everybody has to be good on the microphone. Rob, does everybody have to be good on the microphone? Why does everybody have to be good on the microphone?
No, and by the way, how impactful was that moment?
It was an amazing moment.
And by the way, if he doesn't die, he doesn't die. Chris Benoit couldn't handle Eddie's death, and that's when it all went downhill. That plus all of his brain injuries. Yeah, he should not have been erased, but yeah.
All right, let's go back to what I was saying now.
No, I see what you're saying, but the thing,
not everybody has to be a promo.
But who is going to represent special. The women? The women, WWE treats women like an afterthought. They're an afterthought.
That's wrestling in general, if we're being completely
honest. Yes, but more so in WWE where they give them belts, like to say, "Oh, here's a belt."
I just watched.
Do you want a belt too?
What was that? Was it Bloodsport?
Yeah.
GCW presents Bloodsport. I forget the guy's name that runs it. There was one women's match on that. I was watching a bunch of indie stuff for WrestleMania weekend and stuff. There's like one or two women's matches. Women's matches don't matter. Nobody cares. It sucks. I enjoy women's wrestling sometimes. I like intergender matches more because it's more entertaining to me. But I think that's just women wrestle men. There you go. That's good.
Yes, like that happens here. He's done promotions where he's had the Sandra Moon.
Yes, that's.
She's great.
So let me tell you what I was doing. Could you tell what I was building with that?
No, yeah.
Matches?
Oh, yeah.
What was I doing with that?
With as far repeat the question exactly.
Why was I having those intergender matches? Do you think, in your opinion?
It's a great draw. First of all,
Right.
I think of it as a draw. I think of it as you're building talent. You're building up their resume.
You're making her look tough.
Yeah.
And also, she was going to take the championship off Jody.
Oh.
See, they were friends. They had this little group called S4TB, Simps for the Belts, and she was going to turn on Jody and take the championship. That's good booking right there, baby. Kids Pro Wrestling. We're going to have a show in June, Rob. This is an announcement.
Okay, no, wait. Hold on. Wait, so wait a minute.
We're gonna have a Kids Pro show.
Well, now wait a minute now. But you already buried the lead.
I know.
You buried the lead with Sandra Moon, and I want to see her, and I want to see Jody. Are they going to be there?
I can't tell you who. Okay, I can't tell you.
Tease it, little tease,
I can tell you that the Cats Oceanium champion will be there. Cats champion Jody will be there. I can't tell you about Sandra yet.
Okay,
there's a lot going on with Sandra.
This guy, very
popular woman.
I've seen her appear on Impact.
She was on Impact. She's done dark matches for AEW. She's done matches for GCW.
She's great.
Very popular woman, and
she's great.
We would be very fortunate to have her involved in our show if she decides that she's available. She might not be available.
By the way, Stacy Keibler is now in the Hall of Fame. Looks amazing. It's not, and I shouldn't think that it's sexist to say somebody looks amazing. She looks good. Good for her.
I like those tweets people were making where they're like, "She's aging wrong. She doesn't know how to do it." You know, I was like, "All right, Lance Storm."
Yeah. That's good.
Anyway, back to me and my thing.
What?
Cats Pro. We're doing a Cats Pro show in June.
No, but I think Nama. Are you familiar with Sandra Moon, Nama?
You guys are wrestling her. No, I'm not. I'm not.
No. First of all, I got in the ring. Where he held his shows, I got in that ring and almost snapped my freaking neck trying to do a back roll. I can't do a back roll because I'm fucking not in shape to do it.
This guy says he could do a fucking, a poetry in motion, and this guy can't even back roll.
Hey, All right. Maybe I could do a poetry.
Hold on, I got something for you.
All right.
I did a little bit of homework.
Oh no.
You told me to do homework.
Oh boy.
I want to do something in your reaction. Tell me that you build it up and be like, oh, I can totally do a poetry in motion.
No, poetry in motion. Yeah, absolutely, I can do a poetry in motion. Oh, you got to get on your back, and I'll just not a problem.
Here's my reaction to that.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
All right. Wow, that was a fun. We need your producer buddy to come in there, and so
he had to work today.
Yeah, I know.
I apologize for that, but listen.
Your only football mover is running straight ahead.
Rob's gonna hurt himself.
No, so what happened was they have a place called Versus Pro Studios, and they have a great guy.
I like how you keep promoting the anime.
But that's where the show was.
Yes.
And they got a guy there named Wes.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, and he goes, "All right, Robert, do a forward roll." I'm like, "I want to be a manager. Do a forward roll." I'm like, "Yeah, tuck your head and go forward."
You gotta learn how to do that stuff.
And I did the forward,
and
I did a forward roll, and they're like, "Great." And then the next day they had a guy who had actually trained at WWE Developmental in Jackson, and is it Jackson or Tampa?
I don't know who is it.
And white guy,
Clay.
I think
Clay
so.
Jack? Was he huge?
No, he was very toned, full head of hair. He made people run in circles, just like doing like jumping jacks and circles and
that
shit.
Definitely sounds like a WWE developmental guy.
Because he was like, all right, and he kept making my buddy Dier do it over and over and over and over and over.
Cardio.
Right, and over and over and over. And he goes to me, okay, Rob, backward roll. And I'm like, check your head, go backwards. And I'm like, and my neck here. Hold on. I'm supposed to go tuck the head and then snap up. Tuck the head, snap up. I went up and landed awkwardly.
And he almost died. Rob almost died his second day of wrestling training. And this guy says he could do a poetry emotion better than Lita.
Well, Lita didn't do it at all. She did a fucking stinger splash. You could tell because hold on. I'm going to back up. I'm going to back up. Hold on. I'm going to back it up. I'm going to back it up now. And I keep replaying in my head. It wasn't necessarily her fault. Now that I think about it. Who was the one that she did? The person who was stepping on was too close to the ring post. So she didn't have enough time to even do the jump. Now that I think about it, that's why because she kind of hesitates. Now that I think about it, I'm going to retract what I said. Because if you see Lita runs and then sees that she has no clearance to even do it, so she just kind of does a flop. But she did not do the freaking twist of fate right.
I know. And
she didn't even scream. She just went, She did it like a weak stunner thing, and that was the thing. My whole point with that match is those women were gone 20 years. Nobody knew who they were. It was fucked up.
So our point being that WrestleMania Night 1 was a decent.
There's only one match I didn't like.
Show.
The only match that was completely. By the way, when we're complaining about that women's match, freaking Damage Control were beasts in the ring. Yeah. They took every bump and they sold it. They did every move amazing. They were amazing. They were a well-oiled machine. And Snoop Dogg did his job. I didn't know they didn't advertise that he was going to be there. I remember they advertised Cody, but I didn't know they advertised.
Was that improv?
I think so.
Was that improv when he punched fucking Miz in the mouth?
Oh no. We'll get to that. We'll get to that point. We'll get to that. So I liked it.
What are we?
We forgot a spot. We forgot a few things on night 1.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
Pat McAfee came in.
Come on, who cares?
The Pat McAfee was in.
I don't care about filler stuff.
Then the little Uzi came out to bring out the Usos. We can't not talk about the Uso match.
Sure we can. We didn't talk about that match. Right?
The Usos were there for night 1. There were a lot of great spots. Sami Zayn starts with a brain buster on the apron.
Yes.
Which is great.
The hardest spot.
The hardest part of the ring, the apron. Uso splashes were done.
How many super kicks?
So many super kicks.
Super kicks were in that match. Let's go off. Name a number. 37.
Something like that.
Is it 37 super kicks?
I didn't do it.
We should have a super kick.
But yeah, the crowd started going out with the ole, 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 ole.
And somebody said Generico would be proud of that.
They gave Sami Zayn, the Usos gave Sami Zayn 3 sets of super kicks, and he kept kicking out of the pins.
That's 6 right there. That's 6 alone.
Owens was put through a table. He keeps kicking out of the pins. Uso delivers Sami Zayn breaks out. Let me see. Haluma kicks from Sami. So Sami Zayn starts doing Haluma kicks over and over again onto Jey Uso. Jimmy tries to break it up and gets a stunner from KO.
Say that word again one more time. What kicks?
Haluva kicks.
Okay. I was hearing something else.
I said Haluva kicks.
Okay. Pronounce it correctly.
Yes.
I some respect.
Yes. Sami Zayn said, "Let's end this." When the camera zooms into Sami Zayn's face and he's got his eyes locked, I was like, we've never seen that level of focus before on him. Really good. Much more super kicks.
Sami Zayn knows how to tell a story.
By the way, in my notes here, I wrote Haluma kick at the top, and then at the bottom, I wrote Haluva kick.
That's what I'm saying. I heard an M in there somewhere.
Yeah, that was my fault. But this was everything I wanted. Best
match in the night?
It was a great match. It was satisfying. It had all the points.
The Rhea Ripley match was slightly
The Rhea Ripley match was better. And the Rhea Ripley, but here's the thing. Night 1, and by the way, I want to say this, the only match I said you could scratch it from the card and I don't give a crap. The only one that you can, oh my God. For as much as I get hurt, I still have a landline so I can send out faxes. No, for me, the only match that was unnecessary was the Fatal 4-Way match for the men's tag team. You scratch that off the card. No one's missing a beat. No one's skipping a beat. There was no time in WrestleMania Night 1 to go take a piss.
Okay, so
It was
WrestleMania Night 1. Rate it for us.
on a 5 or a 10 scale.
5. You know what? I'll let you give it 6. If you thought it was so good that it deserved 6 stars, we're gonna do the Dave. We're gonna do the Meltzer rating.
Oh Jesus!
Okay. Are
No.
we giving the
No.
pay-per-view
On a 5
6
scale,
stars?
I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5.
I was trying to set Rob up, but it didn't work. God damn it!
Nope.
You give it a 4.5
out of 5 because they
You said they could kick out a whole match, nobody would care, and it still gets a 4.5
because the rest of the matches were quality. Even the look.
Seth and Logan shouldn't have happened, or it could have happened differently. There's a lot I would have changed with that. I would have changed the very first match. That was a dumb match. That was stupid. What was the point of that match?
All right, let me say 4, but here's the thing. I'll tell you why. The matches that you didn't need. It was only one match that was completely pointless. The John Cena match did what it was supposed to do. It's a John Cena. You've established that he's going to show up at WrestleMania.
Was that his final retirement?
No, there wasn't much ring rust on him. He kept it simple. It was. Thank you. It was good. It was what it had to be.
All right, so you're giving it 4.5 stars. Night 1.
Night 1 I enjoyed.
Okay. Now let's get into night 2.
Oh boy, hold on. I do have notes. And by the way, I didn't drag the notes on. Fairness.
Thank you. We're an hour in. We're probably going to do 2 hours on this.
WrestleMania Night 2. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Don't give a shit.
Don't care.
I literally went to go microwave some food, and I'm like, all right, I'll be back in a second. It was over.
I think I actually started to fall asleep during this match.
This was stupid. The gimmick was that Brock Lesnar was having back pains. He had a hard time German suplexing Omos.
They want my rating for night 1.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
Am I allowed to do it? Okay. So I watch Portnoy. He does the El Presidente. He does the one bite. Everybody knows the rules. He does the pizza reviews. He does like odd numbers. Like it's out of 10. He does like 7.1. 7.3. Am I allowed to do point whatever?
Whatever.
Like
do whatever you want.
Or do I have to do 0 or 0.5?
Do whatever. Whatever you want.
I can do whatever I want. Shut your mic off for a second. I'm going to give it a 3.2. I'm going to give the very first night of WrestleMania a 3.2. There was a lot of crap. There was a lot of bullshit. There was a lot of shit we didn't need. We didn't need a lot of that bullshit. There was a lot of filler. Who's Little Uzi Vert or whatever? We don't need that guy here. Snoop Dogg doing whatever Snoop Dogg's going to do. I mean, it was cool. Hey, you get to punch Miz in the mouth. Great. Awesome job. Thanks for having you or whatever. That tag match sucked. The other tag match sucked. Most of the tag matches sucked. Austin Theory and John Cena was whatever. Why didn't Logan Paul win? I like Logan Paul. He's entertaining. I'm sick of fucking Seth Rollins getting this thing where he's treated like some sort of wrestling god or whatever. Yeah, I'm going with 3.2. It was.
Here's why I said
I would be very upset if I paid for that pay-per-view. I would want my money back if I paid for WrestleMania.
Well, no. If it wasn't WrestleMania and it was another pay-per-view,
if it was a Backlash, that would have been an okay pay-per-view.
Well, wait a minute. But here's the problem, and I said this last week. I don't like that they stretched it out over 2 nights, but I'm grading on a curve because it's 2 nights, and the only matches I didn't like, one match was predictable, and I'm gonna adjust to 4 out of 5.
Most wrestling in today there is predictable.
But the Cena match was predictable because, but
yeah, Rob. What if you paid $100 for that pay-per-view? How much would you? If you paid $100 to see WrestleMania Night 1, now what would you rate?
And
that was the show you got. $100 for WrestleMania Night 1.
But I'm getting 2 nights for my $100.
Sure, but Night 1, what did you think? Let me get the soundboard ready.
I would still go with the 4 because the matches that mattered, I would give it. And here's why: the matches that
You
mattered.
bullshitting.
No, and I'll tell you why.
Bullshit.
I'll tell you why.
Rob is bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. With this, we got to shut this podcast out. Rob is bullshit.
Hold on.
Right now.
How good was the
Rob is
how good is the
Rob
Rhea
is
Ripley
bullshit.
match?
Rob is not $80 worth.
No.
5-star match. Bullshit.
But you said $100.
Yeah, $100. You paid $100 for WrestleMania.
Well, hold on. We're gonna get to. All right. I like the Rhea Ripley match. She won straight up. It was a good story. I liked the Usos match. It was a good. Get the truth out, shake them. Let's go on to night 2. Night 2, I'm not so happy. Night 2, we've got almost match. It's boring. I walked away and it was over, and I rewound it. I went backwards to watch it again, and I'm like, this is terrible match. The almost match with Brock Lesnar was a 1 out of 5.
I want to choke you like I choked my wife.
Oh my God, that sounds bad. The women's fatal 4-way, don't care, because it was a trite ending. We just gave it to Ronda Rousey with an armbar. Who cares? All of that mess just to end it with an armbar. And by the way, why is Natalya such a fucking jobber? Why is Natalya's whole career being a jobber?
What did she do? When she grabbed Matt Cardona's dick that one time, she's been a jobber ever since.
Oh my God, she's just a fucking don't even remind me. She's an endless jobber. Yeah. And by the way, she's always crying. She's always it was just bad. The triple threat match between Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Sheamus.
Okay, that was a really good match. But can I say something real quick? Okay, I know
Sheamus is getting sloppy.
I know that kayfabe is dead or whatever. I was in the shower today. I took a shower, and I was thinking about something that I would like to talk about. I don't know why I was thinking about men in the shower, but this is what I want to talk about.
You're thinking about men slapping man meat.
Why do we have to see backstage footage of them laying on stairs holding hands? They're best buddies. They're good pals, whatever. I understand kayfabe's dead or whatever. You know, everybody hangs out in the back or whatever, buddies, buddy.
But now we're going the opposite.
I don't need to see fucking Twitter backstage footage of 2 guys that just beat the dog piss out of each other, holding hands while laying on stairs. I don't understand.
Because it's reality TV.
They want us to think that they're all enemies and they hate each other.
But then you go the polar opposite different. I don't even watch it. I don't watch it.
And they're making sweet love.
I don't watch it.
I just don't understand why. What are they trying to tell us to do? What do they want us to do? Are we supposed to believe kayfabe's dead? Is it alive? Is it somewhere hidden?
Don't write stories if you're not going to follow through with them.
Is it in Rob's basement? You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I don't understand.
Now, here's the thing. And so this triple threat match, first of all, Sheamus, they keep showing Sheamus.
Yeah. Seth fucking I bet you Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns travel together.
Hey,
I bet you their families.
Hey, Mr. Anoa'i, can I hold your jockstrap, sir?
Listen, are we gonna stop at Denny's after the show? Or
yeah, hey, my daughter would like a smoothie.
Yeah, can you get your daughter one? I'm gonna get my daughter one. You get one, and we'll just hang out.
I keep on there. There was some bum fights better than the matches I saw.
Is kayfabe dead? Is it alive?
He said bum fights better.
What are we doing here? I don't get it.
All right, so, but we got this triple threat match.
It was a good match. It was probably the best match.
Sheamus was fighting well, but I'm a vain person, and Sheamus had a fucking belly, man. He had this like I've been drinking too many Guinnesses belly, and I didn't like that. Oh, by the way, the stagehand saying that some of them playing for the other team. I don't doubt it. At least AEW, they're like, hey, let's just get this out right away. Yeah, Bowens is gay. Yeah, this is Anthony Bowens is gay, and you know what he does?
The guy likes dick.
He talks about scissoring.
Yeah.
And they wear neon pink.
And people cheer it and love it. Who cares?
That's not the
point I'm trying to make.
Daddy ass.
Here's the point. I don't care who's gay, who's not gay.
Don't care.
None of that matters.
Don't care.
Matters. But just don't on Twitter on Twitter, don't fucking drop or leak footage of dudes that are supposed to have just hated each other being buddies.
Well, they
and
did
pals
that.
and
Well,
friends.
the fuckers did that with the Stadium Stampede. I was furious about that. That dipshit from the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars, their coach, something Urban,
Took
whatever,
that
the Urban
photo or
Meyer.
whatever of-
He posted a picture of Jericho
yeah.
in the studio with Tony Khan and MJF and Aubrey Edwards, and they're all smiling, watching the production of the rest of the fight going
Don't
on.
show me that shit.
Don't fucking break the fourth wall, you pieces of shit.
Thank you. This
That's
is
what I'm
supposed to be
paying money
television.
for.
We don't see friends fucking. We don't see back production footage.
I don't want to know that.
Better
Not
Call
the day
Saul
of.
and shit, where
10
they're
years
just like,
later, 10 years later, if you want to go, hey, by the way, here's a picture of us backstage, and we were actually friends all along.
Yeah.
And you,
yeah,
fine,
Tell me in
not-
the book.
not
Tell me
during-
in the book that I'm gonna spend
not
$20
during the
later on.
fucking match that dipshit Urban Meyer decides to fucking do that. What a
Thank you.
dumb piece of shit. They should have said, you know what,
Tell
sir?
Rob.
You are no longer
Tell
allowed
him.
on our publications.
Tell him.
You're not going to get any cameos.
Tweet
Fuck
him.
you. And they fired his ass anyway.
Yeah.
The fucking the Khan family
Get him.
dumped him anyway.
Get him. Get him.
You stupid motherfucker. Why would you break the fourth wall? Oh, look at this. I'm part of the thing. No, you're not part of the thing. The whole scene was they're fighting. You're in there with your offensive coordinator, and these two guys come throwing punches beyond you, and you're like, whoa, we're preparing for the Jaguar season. Oh, shit. I'm part of the story now. Great. That's your contribution. You got your 15 seconds of fame, more than what you already have being a fucking NFL coach. Get the fuck off the camera. Why are you breaking the fourth wall and posting shit to your social media? And by the way, whoever is in charge of his personal social media should have been fired. Because why would you do that?
Me and Rob agree on something. This is crazy. This
You
is
stupid son of a
unprecedented.
bitch. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Do you not understand? Oh, and you know what they're probably looking at? Oh, well, it's Khan's son's little thing.
Okay.
And this is cool. Fuck you.
Next, night 2. What else? What
So
else
night
we
2.
gotta
So
talk about?
the match is good. Lots
Keep
of
it
great
moving.
spots. Lots of
We still haven't talked about the Monday Night Raw.
the
after
well,
that.
yeah,
That's
the
what I wanna
chops that were
talk about.
coming. But by the way, the stiff chops that Gunther was delivering were insane. You can hear them echoing all over the place. The fact that he comes in and does a dive at the end to take the belt, loved everything about it. The energy
Good
was
match.
great. Even
Great
though
match. Best match of the night.
yeah, well, one of yeah, absolutely.
But just don't show me backstage bullshit after. That's all. I'm saying.
I fast forward through that
I
because
don't want to see Gunther and him holding hands and touching butts. You know what I'm saying? This,
I got to see what you're talking about again because I
Next.
go between in the middle stuff. I go right past it. Was that on
Well,
social
no,
media?
It was a social media. thing.
Oh no, I
It
don't
was
want.
Drew McIntyre and Sheamus laying on stairs, like holding hands. They were like exhausted after this crazy match, and they're like holding hands like best friends. They're like, "Buddy, oh, we did it."
You don't. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see
We just
that.
had a great match.
By the way, if they go home and
We
they
just had a great match.
if they go home and they take the hottest women that God ever
Oh, we
made
just had a
and
great
shag them rotten, I don't care. I don't want to see their wives. The only
Thank
reason
you.
why it works in
Keep
certain
it out
circumstances.
of it. I don't want personal lives, backstage bullshit.
Don't.
I
None
don't
of it.
see it.
None of it. None of
I
it.
don't want to know. any
None of it.
I don't want to know. If
Brandy
somebody's married, if
Rhodes-
somebody's gay, if
Brandy
somebody's
Rhodes was
kids,
a
I don't wanna know
commentator for
that.
WWE. She was an announcer for WWE. She marries Cody. They incorporate her into plot lines and storylines. There's time crafted in her development. When you drag someone off the street or you give me some real shit, I don't want real shit. That's not what I'm watching wrestling for. Okay?
Watching wrestling to escape that.
Right. That's like you. That's like some guy with no girlfriend watching a cam model and she goes, "Here, I want to introduce you to my boyfriend." What? No. What are you doing?
No, terrible time.
In the 80s, WWE football and the rest had shit for the LGBT. Now it's fair. Love. Yeah, that's fine. Look, I don't care if it could have been that Drew McIntyre's that Mrs. McIntyre comes out there and blows him under the kilt right afterwards and gives him sloppy fucking head on his
Why
claymore.
does it got to be so graphic, Rob? Why do you got to make it like that?
Don't care.
We don't care. If
Don't
he has
care.
a boyfriend, a wife, a husband, nobody cares.
Don't want to see it. I
care.
don't
It's
give a
his
shit.
Personal life. Let the man live.
I don't need every moment.
Let them live their lives. We don't need to be paparazzi.
I was with
just
somebody
harassing people all
and
the
we were
time.
eating dinner and I said something funny and she goes, "You should post it." And I said, "What do you mean post it? It's over." I said something off the cuff. It was funny in the moment. Well, no, do it again and post it on Instagram. No, because it's a fucking spontaneous moment. Not everything is going to be funny.
We care a lot, and you're still here watching after about an hour and 15 minutes. You're
We
still
think,
here
well, no,
commenting.
we care
You're
about you
commenting.
caring about us caring.
You're commenting.
Yes.
Just remember that. We might care, but you're commenting.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Right.
you'll
So
still be here 20 minutes from now.
But by the way, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. But no, by the way, thank you, Nama, for being there. Bianca Belair of Asuka. Don't give a shit about this match. I don't care because they promoted it all wrong. Asuka was useless.
There was a weird thing that I saw that people were talking about was she speaks English. They were surprised that Asuka speaks English.
Okay, so per what we were just talking about, Asuka has her own channel. She lives in Florida, where a lot of the training is, and Asuka's a boring person. She has a show where
Rob 4.2.
She has a show. Asuka has where well I'm not giving it the same on the second night.
Shame.
Asuka has a.
If you give it a 4.2,
no. Asuka has a podcast where she goes grocery shopping. She has a podcast where she
that
puts.
Is actually really cute.
Yes.
She actually like get the car and like GoPro it.
And then she like takes groceries and she tells you what she's buying and she likes it.
Oh my god!
Then
that's so cute. I would watch that.
You're right. And then she has the one that there's.
I'm gonna watch that with my wife.
The Infinity gaming table where it's a little coffee table with like a touchscreen. Asuka buys it and the whole show is her putting it together.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
She's reading the instructions and then she goes, "Oh look, the instructions," and she's just and that's it. And then she goes, "I don't like this food. I like this," and that's the show. And it's just her wandering around Florida, eating and doing her day-to-day stuff. Now, by the way,
I'm gonna watch that with my wife.
Cute.
Yeah,
it's very cute.
That's fine.
It's
Stuff
campy.
like that's okay.
It's wholesome
because she wants to do it. I'm okay with her doing it if she wants to do it,
and that's her thing. Now,
if WWE was like, "Hey, we need you to do a podcast where you go in the grocery store and you buy groceries or whatever," I would be like, "This is dumb."
And nobody knows who she is, so nobody's bothering her. Yeah. She's got the rainbow hair, but still nobody's fucking with her. And it's just her living her life, having a good time.
Could you imagine if she had to buy something from what's that Swedish place? The Swedish
IKEA.
Store, IKEA.
No, she does. She buys. There's
and
an
she's
episode.
Like trying to put it together,
yes,
but it's all.
That's an episode.
That's actually great.
Yeah, that's an episode.
To watch that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But here's my point. It's her just living her life. Now, for anybody else, but considering the context, yes, she's underrated. Here's the problem I have with Asuka. They put her up in this white face paint and this Kana role. If you're looking at Asuka and her ring attire and her persona as unique, in Japan, it's very common. All of the female wrestlers in Japan look like that for within reason.
It's unique for WWE. And
it's unique for WWE. But Kairi Sane's gimmick is she's some sort of pirate.
That's pretty cool. I like that one.
Right, but her ring attire is similar to Asuka's. All of the women, Hikaru Shida wrestled Asuka in New Japan. They all look like that. They just had the big women's match in not Shimmer Wrestling or Shine Wrestling.
What do you want them to look like?
Well, no. But they all of the Japanese women basically have that same kind of ring attire, and that's fine. And Asuka's fine, but it was maybe stale. She did the mist, and she missed. She missed with the mist. What? Wait.
We got beef. XRP, not for nothing, is just going at it with Nama Burns, and I love it. Let's let them go at it for a bit.
But the match was boring. And then she pulled at Bianca Belair's hair, and she looked like she was gonna pull that because it got to be an extension. Although I've seen like pictures of Bianca Belair without makeup, and maybe that really is her hair. Yeah, Asuka didn't focus on anything. It wasn't her best match. They didn't know who to put against Bianca Belair. Last night on Raw, they had Bianca in the ring with Rhea Ripley. I would like to see them unify those belts because to me, there's a lot of women wrestlers that just don't have the skill. What they need, Marcus, is WWE needs to make a mid-card women's belt. Although they're not doing anything with the women the tag team belt that they have now. But if you have a combined 5 hours every week to do something, you can make a mid-card belt for the women.
Did you just come up with the worst idea this podcast has ever had?
Giving what they have it in
mid-card women's championship?
They have it in AEW.
Well, they already have a waste of time. They don't respect their women. They treat their women like a piss break already. And you want to now give them you're another right. title where they can give you more time for more of a piss break?
Hold on.
Rob, I understand you're getting a little older there, bud, but how many piss breaks do you need?
Hold on. I didn't take my fiber. I got to drop. This is going to take a half an hour to drop this deuce. Have all the women's matches right now.
Yeah, let's just have 6 women's matches, all 3 minutes long.
Yeah. just
take a 20-minute piss break, and we'll just let all the women's matches go at once.
Hold on. Let me look at a photo of them. There we go.
Can we take a second? You know what I wanted to do, Rob, at one point?
What?
Now that I talked about 6 matches, 3 minutes in a row right after each other like that, I wanted to do a Ket's Pro Wrestling show, a 2-hour show. All women? No, listen, 2-hour show where it was all one match. And how I have that is this is like a dream booking for you guys. You guys are getting some craziness here.
Well, it's like 2 hours of Sandra Moon fighting who's the assassin dude?
There's Remy Marceau.
Yeah, Remy Marceau and Sandra Moon for 2 hours.
No, I wanted to
fight forever. Fight forever.
Rob, I feel like you don't take this seriously.
I'm sorry.
I want to have a 2-hour long, one card, one match kind of story.
Well, you just said that.
Where we have like a one-on-one match, and then people interfere and people get knocked out, and then some people fight in the ring, and we just drag it on, and it kind of tells a story.
Oh, so you're kind of doing it like a tapestry match, like one of those gauntlet matches.
Yeah, where it's just a 2-hour long, just crazy fest of all these people getting involved and storyline changes and people helping new people and introducing new characters. And it's just something I've been wanting to do. I might do it in June. You know what? We got a show in June. We might do something like that in June.
Okay. So hold on. Now we
don't brush past that. So
no. I will say this: it's innovative. I like it. It's unique.
We're going to talk about it.
Let him tell me the 6. Okay. But we're going on to.
Thank you. That's gnarly. I would watch that. Thank you. That's all I've told like 4 or 5 people, and 4 or 5 people have really liked that idea.
It's
innovation.
It's innovative. Yes.
It's innovative.
You could do. What if you did a show like that where the whole show was but like the series?
That's literally what I just said.
No. What I'm saying is that would be
that was the stick for the promotion.
That's the promotion. The promotion is the match.
It's a 2-hour match.
Yes. The whole promotion is
we got a new gimmick, baby. We're starting it in June. Isn't that such a sick idea?
Yeah, it's just nonstop. And then every once in a while, somebody will come in. It'll be like a hockey match where people just keep coming in and out.
That's what I'm saying. That's literally the gist I was trying to do.
And then at the end of every week, there's one King of the Hill, one winner for the whole show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then you would just, determine your championship by that. The last man standing at the end of the 2-hour time.
And you have referees tagging it out.
Yeah, because they're going to get tired. Ben Hall, the man, the main man in town, he's going to get tired.
Right.
As a ref. We're going to need 3 or 4 refs. Anyway, it's a really good idea.
Okay.
I'm super excited about it.
I want to get back because we got a lot still to talk about. So then we had another vignette with Snoop Dogg and not a vignette, I interrupt. I don't know what you want to call it, just a piss break.
Why did Shane McMahon show up?
Shane McMahon comes out. He does his little 2 steps. Here comes money.
What was the point of that?
And he tears his quad like a fuckwit. He goes, hey, yo, Miz. That was messed up what you did with me yesterday, Snoop. Hey, yo, my man Miz, you want to get in another match? I can do that shit again, Playboy. Yeah, here you go, Shane McMahon. And Shane McMahon tears his quad.
Can you do Snoop Dogg's voice the rest of the show?
Oh, yeah, it was good. Snoop D-O double G.
There you go.
And then my man's Miz, yo, he got wasted, man. Fuck that. I thought it was a good idea. Shane tears his quad on a basic move.
on a dump and roll,
On a dump and roll.
on a overlap and then jump over that. Oh my God, how?
You're right. So he tears his quad. Now,
Aren't you guys? The
I
same
heard
age?
two stories. I heard a story that Snoop had earpiece in, and they told him, "Hey,
No.
improvise." Whatever Snoop did, whether
That
Snoop.
was that man's genius. That man.
Well,
is
no.
a
But I'm
genius.
going to say this right now. Whether Snoop was told, no, I love Snoop's belt. Whether Snoop was told, "Hey, improvise, pop."
No, he didn't have any earpiece.
No.
Somebody on the side of the ring said, "Hey, Snoop, go in there and do something."
Whatever they did, whatever he was told, whatever
genius.
he
It saved the
was
segment.
so good. His
Did you see him running the ropes? Was him running
Oh.
the ropes as bad as you and Dier did?
Oh, no, I can run the
first
ropes.
time? Okay,
I can run the
just wanna
ropes.
know if you
I can
guys-
run the ropes, and I could do a forward roll. And Wes was like,
not a back roll.
not a back roll. Wes was like, yo, the forward roll, we can work on that, Rob. And I went, okay. I was shaking up too. Because
I did Kaju Kempo when I was 15 years old. It's a Hawaiian style of Kempo karate.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first things we learned was a front roll.
right.
Could
But
you imagine my
I
fat
l-
ass doing a front roll?
I want to get,
I'll
yeah.
do it right now. I'll do it down your stairs.
No. Oh, God. Yeah. Mrs. Dietz, your husband's dead.
Yeah, he died. He fell down the stairs.
Yeah. And then I'm going to get sued out the fuck. She's going to be living in this house, and I'll be renting my room from her.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Can you make that happen right now?
No. So Snoop, the punches that he threw to
Snoop
Cody,
saved the
those punches were so good.
to Cody.
Not to Cody, to the Miz.
Knocked Miz out.
Those were so good.
He knocked his ass out. He
Those
gave him
were
the-
so
he
good,
gave
those
him the
punches.
fuck- he gave him
That was so good, those
Mhm.
punches.
he gave him the
That
two-piece.
segment, that individual segment, because of the improvisation, was a 10. It was a
tired, too.
10 out of 5. That individual segment was a 10 out of 5. Just that individual segment.
All right, let's get back to that.
But let's ignore that. We got the Hell in the Cell now.
There was a Hell in a Cell match.
Yes.
Did I fall asleep?
Finn Balor versus the Finn
Oh.
Balor is the Demon versus Edge. Hell in a Cell. I was annoyed. This match pissed me off for one pure reason. There was lots of weapons involved, lots of kendo sticks, some cool stuff done where they took the Demon and Edge took the kendo sticks and kind of wedged the Demon into the corner and it punched him around. A lot of great spots, whatever. At one point, Edge takes a chair and launches it into the Demon, and the Demon's busted open.
I
He's
have like insomnia or what's that thing where you fall asleep sometimes?
sleep apnea.
No.
No.
I could
Well,
just be having a conversation, then I'll be like,
Oh, narcolepsy.
yeah, I got
Narcoleptic.
That shit. That
So-
match.
Here's
Woo!
a stupid. The Demon bleeds. Now the Demon's busted open. He's bleeding from the head. They're going to have to change the ring anyway because they're going to have to disassemble the ring.
Another thing, Twitter, he posts all these photos of him getting the stitches and all that shit. I don't want to see that.
No.
Back to my point.
Why did you stop the fucking match for somebody for bleeding? Why did you fucking do that?
His safety. It was gnarly. Dude, look it up. Look over there. Look up Finn Balor's injuries. Somebody took their fingers, one of the nurses or whatever, took their fingers and kind of spread it open a little bit. It looks fucking gnarly, dude. Yeah, look at the fingers.
Oh.
Look over there. Over there. That one.
Jesus
Look
Christ.
that's why they stopped the damn match, sir.
Oh my God.
Guys, this is graphic. We're about to show you this, but be prepared.
Jesus.
It's a little
All
bit-
right.
it's
All
a
right.
little
Hold on.
gnarly.
Oh my God.
That's why they
He
stopped the
split his
match,
skull
Rob.
deep.
That's why they stopped the match, Rob, for his safety.
Jesus. But the match.
Safety. Look at the fingers. Look at the fingers.
Holy
Ah,
shit.
All right, I'm good. I want to eat dinner sometime tonight.
All right. Here. All right. Hold on. Didn't realize it was that deep.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm
Can you take
approaching
that
this-
off the screen, please.
Oh yeah. All right, hold on. Let me.
Stop. That's why they stopped the match, Rob. So now
Okay.
you're gonna take your thought back and be like, wait a minute.
All right. Now here's the thing. I can only as a fan, in the moment, I'm watching years and years of wrestling. I'm watching the Mick Foley Rock I Quit match. Blood everywhere. They literally they bladed. Mick Foley bladed before the match began. They put something on there to clot the blood. And I'm watching this here. I'm watching this as a fan. I'm just a fan. Well, we're all fans. I don't know what's
We wouldn't be
happening.
doing this dumb podcast if we weren't fans of wrestling.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I'm watching this and I'm going, wait a minute. I've been watching wrestling for 25 years where people were gushing blood. Well, no, I don't. But see, this is the thing. I don't know what they know, and I'm admitting.
Handle that, Rob. Handle that, Rob. Don't let him talk to you like that.
Let me
I don't know
hold
who
on.
that
I'm going to
is.
cut your mic. Let me.
Go ahead. Handle your business.
All right. I'm a fan. Yeah. I don't know about wellness checks. I don't know about concussion protocols. I don't know about what the acceptable amount of blood loss is for you to stop a match. What I do know is that when the match is going on, there are certain cues given by the wrestler to the referee to go, yo, I'm in trouble here. We know that. When the referee comes in there, the referee grabs their hand and squeezes. If the dude squeezes back, that means you're cool. Keep the match going. If there's no response, you got to stop the damn match. It's what they did with Hangman Adam Page when he got that lariat from hell from Jon Moxley. And they're like, whoa, not good. It's what they did when Sting got buckle bombed by Seth Rollins, and they went, yo, not good. We got to stop the damn match. The guy's not responsive. Cool, I get it. When I see a little blood drip on the ground, my initial thought is, this is WrestleMania. It's going to be lame if you stop this match. Don't do it. We've seen blood before. Now, I'm looking at that. That is a massive gash. I get it now. I certainly fucking get it.
You didn't see that before.
But I didn't know that. I don't know that. I'm going by the years and years and years.
Turn my mic back on real quick.
Yeah, I'm going by the years and years and years of watching wrestling and going, wait a minute. This match is going to go on for what, 2 more minutes after that happened? Maybe they ran the match faster like they did with the Matt Hardy match where he took the Swanton bomb to the pavement and they're like, yo, stop the match. And then they did a rushed ending. But I was annoyed in the moment. I didn't know it was that bad. It does affect the way I judge it, but I was still annoyed. I'm that guy who gets annoyed being held up by traffic. So I could certainly be annoyed when Edge is trying to look for weapons or some shit. And I'm like, this is annoying.
If you're a $1 billion company, you stop that match and you take care of your $1 million investment. Okay? You and I and this guy and that guy on the internet, we don't have billions of dollars invested into this production and this show. So you can't sit here and tell us or anybody really how you would have done it.
I don't know. Now, if I'm in their position,
let me know when you got billions of dollars to put on a wrestling show and a wrestling promotion. And,
right. Look, when Owen Hart died, they kept the whole fucking night going, and they made those guys stay in kayfabe in the 90s. They made everyone stay in kayfabe. I remember Mark Merrow was being interviewed and with Sable, and they couldn't even do their lines. They were choking on their lines the whole night. It was Jerry the King Lawler, and
I don't think they should have kept that show going either.
No. When Jerry the King Lawler years later is joins in a match to fight CM Punk and it suffers a heart attack, they said, we're going to keep the show running, but we're not going to do any commentary. And that's respectable. And they put a ticker on there. Jerry the King Lawler has been rushed to local hospital. His health status is uncertain. This is not a joke, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Great, because you can't have Michael Cole sit there, not have Lawler with him doing commentary, and you're gonna go, well, what's going on here? And is Michael Cole gonna act normal? Oh, everything's fine. We're here at the Staples Arena. I don't remember where it was. I think it was in Canada, actually.
Thank you, Red. If you got to staple somebody's head shut, you should stop the match.
Right.
And after seeing that, at first you're like, as a fan, seeing it a certain way, you're like, oh, okay, that was nothing really or whatever. But then seeing that footage of the fingers
splitting and that's deep. That's like an inch deep. Now, here's
how I would react is I would try to, like you said, I would try to be professional or whatever, but I would also want somebody looking out for me enough to finish the match and get me the hell out of there.
What I would have done,
so I can get my head
now
stitched.
that I have the time to look back at it with all the full thing, here's what I would have done. Spear. Spear him.
Spear, quick, pin.
Boom, quick.
Quick, 1, 2, 3. Get them the hell out of
Get
here.
him a couple of
Let him
maybe
go
a
get fixed
kendo
up.
shot to the side. Give him a spear.
Yeah.
Get him out of there.
Yes.
Instead of stapling his head and now making him wrestle for another 2 minutes or so.
What's the point of the 2 more minutes? Just finish it right there.
Right, finish it right there. Now there's no break in the flow of the match. I don't need to. This isn't boxing. I don't need that. Finish the match first.
The match right then and there. Get them the hell out
Get him a
of
couple
here.
of spots. Get it over with.
Do a different segment.
Done.
Chill on.
And because you had to disassemble that
2
ring
more
anyway.
minutes? You don't need 2 more minutes of God knows what.
And they carried Shane out of there. Shane's segment was over fast. It carried him out.
Yeah, and that wasn't even as bad. Oh, he pulled a quad. Well, who cares? You know, he pulled a quad. It happens. Dude's head was split open. Okay, that's 2 different injuries.
And yeah,
to
and
me, that's 2 different injuries.
right. And that's the thing. I mean, when McMahon tore both his quads, they made a joke out of it because because he's a professional.
Yeah.
He sat there, he's holding himself up by the first rope. Do the fucking match over.
Yeah.
Ring the damn bell.
Yeah, I don't expect Finn Balor to continue the match though. Finish the match, get him a spear, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
quick count,
done.
Get him the hell out.
Done.
Next.
Yeah.
Next.
And if you want to do it, I don't know, I'd give him a couple of spears if you got to really sell it.
If you have to, but get him the hell
Whatever.
out of there.
Just
2 minutes, 3 more minutes.
No, that was stupid because the guy could be concussed.
There
Will
could be a lot going on.
right, and you have him taking bumps for another 2 minutes. What the fuck are you doing?
All right, next match.
Which is basically an addendum to what I said. All right, so finally we get to Roman Reigns, the main event. Yeah, now the main event.
Here we go. We got a lot to talk about.
First of all, I'll let me come back to what I said. So we're gonna rewind this. Cody walks into
We
a
were
room.
talking about this at the very beginning.
Cody Rhodes walks into a room and he looks at Triple H and he goes, "So H, man, I'm so excited to be here." "Yeah, about that, Cody. So let me tell you something. I'm going to give you a choice, Astroglide or KY Jelly, because I'm going to fuck you in the ass so hard with this Connecticut cock." And Cody's like, "But sir,
It's gonna be so graphic.
I gave up AEW for you." This match was the way they came at it.
Rob, you take shit too far sometimes.
The main
Now I
event.
got a visual of this a tiny Triple H, huge Triple H Connecticut cock, and I just don't want that in my head. I don't understand.
Time to play the game.
This little tiny Triple H walking around with just like little
Bow down to the.
tiny.
Bow down to. He pulls
Come
it
here,
out.
come here,
And he
Cody.
strokes it slow.
Come
And
here,
he's
Cody.
gonna make you
Alright.
get down and
All
blow.
right.
Bow down to
Can
the.
we cut down the bullshit, please?
Connecticut cock. His new finisher. It's
here-
a pedigree.
Here's the deal, guys.
It's the pedigree.
Here's the deal. Cody had to have known. Cody had to have known when he signed the the WWF contract. He had to have known.
He
And
signed.
he
Wait.
wasn't-
When he signed the contract for World Wildlife Fund.
Yeah, when he signed that contract, he had to have known that he wasn't going to win. He had to. He's the guy who created the competition. He's the guy that was the head of the competition. Like, I don't see.
By the way, our lighting was better last week. I got to figure out what I did last week.
I don't see Cody. Cody's a smart guy. He's not stupid. You can't get as far as he has gotten in life being stupid. I don't think there was a thought in Cody's head where he did it for the money. He did it because that was the company his dad worked for, and he did it. I don't know what for whatever other reasons. I don't know what other reasons there are to do anything, but he had to have known. There's no thought in his mind where he had to have known where he gets the glory in this situation. There's no way. He was either lied to from the get, where Triple H actually fucked him, or he had to have known, hey, I'm gonna sign this contract and want to have
All right.
one more big run.
And this is what I will say about this.
I don't think in his mind he ever thought he was gonna win the
WWE
championship. There's no way.
WWE
There's no way Triple H is a good enough human being to hold to his word and actually give.
WWE has screwed over people
left and
Minutes.
right.
Minutes before a match and telling them they're going to lose the belts minutes before the match begins.
You know what it reminds me of when you mention something like that? It reminds me of the movie Ready to Rumble.
Yeah.
Where they're having this.
Jason Arquette.
Where they're having that segment in the back where the booker.
Or David Arquette. Yeah.
The booker is telling, "Oh yeah, baby, you're going over. Okay, we'll see you out there." And then he goes, "Come here, come here. Hey, fuck what I just said. Take his ass out." That's how every time you say it like that, where they have minute to minute, decision changes.
But they do that.
I always see stuff like that in my head.
The Montreal screw job.
He's like, Roman, come here, Roman, come here. I just told Cody he was gonna win, but
Nama, hold on. Let me interrupt.
Like that, brother.
Nama, this is the first
him.
time I agree with you wholeheartedly.
AEW, we got him.
Right.
He's going out there thinking he's gonna win. He's gonna give the belt to some kid. He's gonna give his belt to Brody Jr.
-1. Hold on. I think Triple H would have him go over eventually, but I think someone else didn't want that.
It doesn't matter at this point.
Here's my thoughts now.
Tell him that part.
What?
It doesn't matter at this point.
No.
Can win the championship.
No. Here's my point. Let me get this to point out. This is why I think he got boned in the ass.
Please be less graphic.
Okay. This is why he got boned.
I don't want to get canceled on the YouTube.
All right. I'm not going to talk about his raw cheeks. Here's the thing. The setup was great.
Do this on Twitch.
The setup was great. He came down the ramp. It was so syrupy. It was beautiful. The Usos came in and interrupted. Great. They did their run in, and they got stopped by the new tag champs from the night before.
Hey, mind if I have a couple of these?
Yeah, go ahead. So, what happened was Solo Sikoa makes a second jump in. Now, here's the problem I have with that. You're trying to tell me that Solo Sikoa, yes, Neutralite.
Just so you guys know, I'm not like doing steroids or drugs.
No, it's Neutralite. It's an actual product you can get.
Okay, go ahead.
Solo Sikoa, you're trying to tell me, is such a master of disguise that Solo Sikoa can put on a hoodie and run through barefoot, by the way. Big barefoot Samoan guy in a hoodie just runs right through the crowd a second time and nobody stops him. Okay. Now, this is my problem. My suspension of belief. No, wait. This is a deep thing. It wasn't very creative. It was very much not creative. First of all, the Anoa'i family has lots of people, and it's Hollywood. At one point, they were cheering for The Rock. If The Rock came in, Dwayne Johnson, and said, wow, Black Adam did not do well, I'm going to fuck over Cody Rhodes, I would have went, okay, now you elevated the story to another level, but you didn't elevate the story. You made a lateral pass. You went, okay, Solo Sikoa is going to keep getting involved
in this scenario. The Rock, who's doing just fine as he is
he doesn't. I know.
Gonna come back to wrestling.
No, I know.
To screw Cody Rhodes
it's
one
not.
Night at WrestleMania.
Wait a minute.
He's gonna come back as the bad
guy. First of all, that movie sucked.
He's gonna come back as the bad guy for one night
because it would bring. It would be. It would have.
He's gonna come back.
Here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. First of all,
as the heel,
it's Hollywood.
As the heel,
it's Hollywood, and any news is good news. Any talk about you, it would have been great, but it didn't need to happen, as you said. Didn't need to happen. Rock's doing fine on his well. Dwayne Johnson for Senate or Congress or whatever he's running for. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. Fine. So what did you do? You had Solo Sikoa come in, interrupt the whole time, get ejected, and just come right back in.
Family.
Yeah, family. And it was a waste because it wasn't well written. I was bored seeing that ending, but I wasn't. You know what? This is like I'll say it like this, and I don't want to get political. When somebody would complain about something like Trump would do, I go, I'm not upset about that. Why? Trump is this and Trump is. I knew he was going to do it, so I wasn't surprised when they did the ending that they did, how they executed it. I wasn't upset because I wasn't surprised. It's what I expected to happen. I thought about the prospect of Roman winnings, and the only problem I had with it is Roman has nowhere else to go. So for Roman's sake, since he doesn't have mic skills to carry him, since Paul Heyman has done all he can do to carry this guy on his shoulders and make him a Paul Heyman guy, like that was the verbiage they used to use with CM Punk. You're a Paul Heyman guy. Brock Lesnar's a Paul Heyman guy. There's nothing you can do for Roman Reigns. It can't go any further. Cody can wrestle everybody that Roman Reigns wrestled to that point, and it would be fresh matches, and I would love to see it. Cody gave a few good promos. What happened on the night of is he got booed. If you listen to it, Cody got booed at WrestleMania. Not much. They tried to drown out with cheers, but Cody got booed a little bit. The problem was it was his night to win. If Cody wins anywhere down the road in 2023,
It don't mean shit.
I won't give a shit.
It
The
don't mean
moment
shit.
was on Sunday night,
It was
April
his
1st.
moment.
It was never good. April 2nd. April 2nd. SoFi Arena. Main event. It's Cody's or it's nothing, because Roman Reigns doesn't win shit. Roman Reigns walks into Monday Night Raw bored because he has nothing left to do.
And who did it? Was it Vince or was it Triple H?
Triple fucking H. Vince is senile and selling his company up, dressed up like fucking Fandango.
No.
I
That
know.
second night,
I know.
that first night versus that second night, you cannot tell me that the same person booked both those nights. You cannot.
The second
tell
night
me.
was trash.
That's my point. You cannot tell me that the first night and the second night were booked by the same person.
The second night.
You can't tell me.
The
I don't
second
care.
night
You
was.
could tell me the sky is purple and green, and I would believe you before I would ever believe that the first night and the second night were booked by the same person.
All right, hold on. Here's what I'm going to tell you from my second night. Night 2, WrestleMania. Out of 5, I give it a 2. Night 2 was
Agreed.
a 2.
That's all I'm saying. Agreed.
It was a 2. The reason why I was over on night 1 was the matches were mostly entertaining and well performed. The matches on the other night were mediocre at best. The best part of the night was Snoop Dogg punching The Miz. And that's sad.
Because that was an improv.
But Cody's match, technically speaking, versus Roman Reigns was excellently wrestled. That match, without that fucked up ending, was a 4 out of 5. Without the ending, without that mindless, and I say mindless ending
2.
for the whole night.
2.
The whole night is a 2.
It is a 2.
Now,
so what do we give all of WrestleMania, both nights together?
out of it, well, I gave it a 2 and I gave it a 4. I'm gonna give 6 out of 10, and I think that's a fair score. 6 out of 10.
And here's the problem with WWE, baby. This is why
Mediocre.
AEW,
They're shooting for the middle.
All this other stuff. I watch Impact, and this is why. You have WrestleMania. You have your biggest event,
And you botched it.
and a 6 out of 10, Rob. Most people would lose their fucking jobs
Yep.
if they did that.
Marcus, give a real rating, please. Marcus,
The entire thing, both nights, 4.9.
all
I
right.
give it less than a 5.
All right. But we're not far off. Well, you and I are not far off.
No, but anybody in their right mind. Okay, you have a job at Best Buy. So you have a job at Best Buy, and your boss says we're gonna have this huge event where we sell. We're gonna have this huge sale. It's the biggest thing of the year. Blah 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 blah. And it's my job to kill that spot, right?
Yeah.
Do the best job, sell all the stuff, get all the people in, whatever. And I do a 4.9 out of 10.
You're fired.
I gotta move out of state.
Well, I'll tell you this.
I gotta move out of
Let
state,
me-
get a different job in a different
I've worked in
business.
I've worked in these types of jobs. I worked at a Fry's Electronics,
Yes.
and every month we had a secret shopper.
Mhm.
and a secret shopper is going to ask for some cheap piece of crap electronic, and this Spanish woman comes in, and she's crying practically. She goes, "Ay, mijo, my mijo wants a tablet, an iPad, and I see this in the ad," and she takes out this crumpled up ad for this $30 piece of shit tablet. We all know it's junk. No salesman wants to break away from their $2,000 Alienware sale. And my buddy, who's a massive computer nerd, Tyler, goes, "Oh, you don't want that tablet. It's a piece of crap," and walks away from her. And she was a secret shopper, so it was fake, but she was like, "God damn." She was crying.
Mm-hmm.
He failed. He got a 0 out of 100. Do you know what they did with him?
They killed him. They took him outside. They dug a hole.
Not only did they not,
not
only did they not fire him,
that motherfucker.
not only did they not fire him, they made him a manager a year later. And that's the mindset. The mindset is a lot of these companies are shooting for the middle because it's good enough. It's good enough. I've already got your money.
We have come to a place in society where mid is good enough.
Because think about it, the way they're looking at it, first of all, we don't call them pay-per-view anymore. So they're not selling it as an individual.
What's a PLE? What does that stand for?
Premium live event now.
Okay.
That's what they have.
Yeah,
So think about it like this. The way they see it, I've already got your money. You paid in bulk. You're not paying for WrestleMania. If you were paying for only WrestleMania, like we're going to go back 20 years where WrestleMania is $65 premium pay-per-view. And you go, okay, I've got to put on the best show because they're only paying for this one moment in time. If I'm going back in time to year 2000, where my mom is like, "I'm not giving you money for this," I'm going to watch the Raw afterwards and be like, oh my God, I wish I could have seen that.
And that's what we want to talk about next. The Raw after WrestleMania. Remember when you used to look forward to the Raw
I
after
was
WrestleMania,
so
Rob?
looking forward to that.
Do you remember the last 10 or 11, 12 years where we would look forward to the Raw after Mania?
It's so much
I
fun.
would look forward to the Raw after Mania more.
It was so bad. Hold on. This Raw after WrestleMania on a scale of
Was
1 to
the
5.
worst Raw
Hold on.
after Mania of all time.
This was a -1. It was horrible.
Don't do -1 like that.
Okay, 0.
It was
It's
-2.
a 0 out.
It was a negative shit.
It was garbage. The whole thing was a dumpster fire.
28 minutes of wrestling. Vince gonna Vince, baby.
Right.
Rape is gonna rape.
So the show starts and we're expecting a raucous crowd. I'm expecting energy. I'm expecting to see new wrestlers that have either come off the injury list or someone I have not seen before show up and get me excited. To me, this is like the draft. Oh, it's the week before baseball, and I get to do a baseball draft, and I get to pick imaginary players that could join the roster. Maybe we're going to see Jay White. Maybe we're going to see somebody from another promotion just go right to the front of the list and go, "I'm here to make a mark." I'm so freaking psyched about this. I went home last night driving in my car. I was excited to see this. I had it ready to go. I called them up. I'm like, I can't wait.
This is gonna be amazing.
And it was a
Popcorn and
fucking
everything.
mess. Triple H. Let's preface this. Vince McMahon, the mustachio douchebag, sold. Here we go. Hold on. We got to.
XRP. Lil Rob, you were gone there for a minute. Glad to see you're back. How did that feel, Rob?
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel better?
Oh, God.
You feel better after getting that off your chest?
Oh, my God. Hold on. This douchebag who was going to sell the show to Saudi Arabians because they love women. If I thought the women were poorly treated before, now it's going to be a whole bunch of women in full burqas wrestling.
Even if they even allow it.
Braun panty match, but the braun panties are outside the burqas. Good Lord Almighty.
Braun panties match, but they're all on John Cena.
Oh, Jesus. Now, here's the thing. We know it. It got sold. I don't care. You sent Triple H like a jackass out there. That's
another thing. Everybody knows this public information, right? We all know it got sold.
Don't tell me.
Why do we know?
Don't address
sold?
it. Do not address it.
Why?
When WWE was no longer WWF, you know what they did? Vince McMahon
told everybody.
Vince McMahon came out and they did a vignette before the show began. It was a bush. that said WWF and the Raw is War style with all the sketchy, scratchy letters. And then somebody took a hedge clipper, it clipped off the F, and they just went WW. And we were like, oh, we know they lost their lawsuit with the World Wildlife Fund. Fine. That's all that was needed. Now, you jackasses said Triple H out there to give a rah-rah speech. And Triple H is so goddamn corporate.
Going nowhere, brother.
And here's the thing. We've all worked in a corporate place at one point in our lives, all of us. And we know when they said somebody from management to try to make everyone feel good right before that pizza party that nobody asked for.
That's what
it was. That shitty corporate pizza party.
It was going to be a pizza party.
You fucking asshole.
And it wasn't even a pizza party.
You came out, first of all, dressed in a suit and tie to tell me everything's okay.
I would have been excited for a pizza party.
If fucko Triple H comes out with denim and the denim cut over the leather jacket and he goes, that was the best thing ever. No, you came out looking as corporate as you possibly could. You didn't.
With his furrowed brow where he had like 7 lines in his forehead. What's going on with Triple H? What's going on with that? Why does he have so many? Why does he?
He's old, and that's fine, and life happens, and you get older, and you shaved his head, and
look at that. No, the raw one.
Well, that's even more here. Hold on. Open image and new tab. Let's do it like this. Let me see if I have. Yeah, it's not going to look great. Yeah, it'll look good enough.
Foreheads.
But no, and here it is. There he is, and it's not a great. But the problem is he looks old. He just looks like trash. Fine. But what I mind the most is, if you ever wanted me to feel like everything was going to be all right, why would you address it? I don't need you coming out in your shittiest suit to tell me that everything's going to be okay. What I need you to do is come out dressed up like D-Generation X with Shawn Michaels.
And telling everybody it's going to be a different thing.
And give me a few X's, tell me to suck it, and then go, hey, Raw was...
We ain't going nowhere, bitch. And then just...
boom, give me a few chops and leave. When they did because he has 2 themes. He has this corporate theme from Foghat, and he's got his Triple H, I'm going to kick your ass theme. When they played the corporate bow down to the game theme, I was so fucking pissed. You made this as corporate and junky as you possibly could. You suck at your job. Your one job was to make me not think about the Endeavor trade. Well, then why did you bring it up?
Worst Raw of all time. It's not even the worst Raw after Mania. It's the worst Raw of all time. I said it. I said 3 hours and what did you say? 28 minutes of actual wrestling.
And now here's the thing. Now I want to get into something that they did that WWE is known for doing. Triple H comes out there. And by the way, when I said Triple H screwed over Cody, what does he do? He calls out Roman Reigns to the ring and gives him a hug on the way. Of course he fucked Cody over.
And then he hugs Solo and shit.
And Paul Heyman, he's licking their balls.
Let's just give everybody a hug. Everybody gets a hug today.
Mr. Levesque, I might have some polyps up my ass. Could you check them?
Mr. Levesque, can you give me a hug?
All right, so if you so fine, yeah, we know you screwed over Cody, dude. Stop it.
It was terrible.
I'm 40. I'm old enough. Stop it. You screwed over Cody. You made it plain as day. Now,
I know I'm the AEW guy of this show. Rob likes to watch a little bit of everything, but he defends WWE sometimes, and I get it. We have different opinions, and
this was terrible.
We're down the middle.
Separate. Hold on. Let's hold hands together.
We're separate.
This is terrible.
I'm so tired.
This was so fucking. I'm tired from watching this god awful.
But let me just say this: I have completely given up on WWE.
Now, here's the thing.
There is no coming back from this.
And now, this is what they do. This is what also pissed me off. This is what took the night.
I can't care about this show.
Watching WWE last night was like wiping your ass with sandpaper. Because what did they do? Last night, they had the audacity to add in.
Turn my mic off. I'm done talking for a while.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. This is what they did, which didn't make any sense to me. Roman Reigns comes out to no response. He comes out and they pan around and you see this. You see About a third of the audience is doing this, but they're not cheering and they're not booing. And then you hear this. Boo! Roman sucks. Wait a minute. Are you piping in Roman sucks chants from years earlier? Yes, you are, because even when they booed Roman Reigns, no one was saying Roman sucks. Go listen. No crowd in the last 2 seasons, they call it a season. No crowd in the last 2 years or seasons of WWE were chanting Roman sucks. So the fact that you literally took a chant from fucking 7 years ago and piped it in through your fucking machine, through your box, and by the way, we have one too. Okay? We have one too. And guess what? You hit the little, they call it a podometer or fader bar, and you hit that, and the guy took it and he went, Roman sucks. Roman sucks. And he didn't fade it in. If he at least did some decent fucking control work, if the board operator who was doing the damn show at least gradually raised up the level of people booing Roman Reigns, I could believe it. But you didn't even produce the fucking show right because you're amateurs. You literally grabbed some jackasses from Manpower and you couldn't even produce the show well enough to sell me on the fact that they're booing him. And then you have the balls, even though you screwed up and butchered the soundbite, then you pan around to the crowd and they're still blasting Roman sucks, but their mouths aren't moving. If you're going to have the crowd cheering Roman sucks and you want me to believe it, at least have the crowd actually moving their mouths. But once you pan around to the audience and the audience is quiet, that's how bad things are when the audience is so bored that they don't even want to boo you anymore. That's how shitty your product is. And by the way, Marcus, and I want you to tag in on this. Did I not say that if they fuck this up and don't give it to Cody, that this is going to go downhill because the entire fucking storyline was wrapped around this? This entire storyline was all wrapped around the bloodline. And without the bloodline, there is no WWE. And what happens? They sell the company and they butcher the story. It was fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. You butchered it every which way. And you send Triple H out there in corporate gear. Anytime I've worked at a company, when a guy has to come in a suit and tie and get me pumped up, I want to leave. Because I know a fucking little fucking Papa John's pizza is about 2 minutes away. That steaming cesspool garbage smelling pizza is about 2 minutes away.
I'll happily be the Devon in this situation.
It was terrible. Everything that happened after that, we went back to Dominic Mysterio, and now you got Bad Bunny involved. And all right, that was cool for a second. The only funny thing of that was Damian Priest going to Bad Bunny. Yo, man, you should have left that alone, man. Should have got involved, man. Okay, so that means, stupid. But yeah, you're setting it up for Puerto Rico. Great. Puerto Rico, you're going to have a great match. Great. Bad Bunny will do a Canadian destroyer on Dominic Mysterio. Great. Okay. And is that going to make me want to go there? Am I going to want to fly to fucking Puerto Rico that gets wiped out every other year by a fucking hurricane to go see this stupid fucking show? No.
I know I asked you earlier if you paid $100 for WrestleMania, what you would rate it and all that stuff. I know we did that gimmick already.
I wouldn't pay $10 to sit in nosebleeds. If you gave me tickets to go see last night's show at fucking, what was it? At,
SoFi?
Not SoFi last night. It was down the block.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
At Crypto
what I'm
Stadium.
Trying to say is you couldn't pay me.
Fucking awful.
You couldn't hire me. You couldn't pay me to be a WWE stooge. There's not enough money in this world. Listen, I'm broke. Okay. This is how I make my money. Okay. I'm being 100% honest with you guys. I sell comic books.
I didn't say 6.4. I said a 6. And the reason why I gave WrestleMania a 6 is because night one was entertaining. The matches were good. They were well wrestled. The storylines were in alignment with the matches. So every match that it was given, I was promised a mediocre John Cena match. I got a mediocre John Cena match. It was an opening match. We got rid of it quickly. I was promised a fucking great match with Rhea Ripley and with Charlotte Flair, and I got a kick-ass match. I was jazzed. I was excited. I was electrified. Sold.
I'll go fuck myself.
Sold. I was given a tag team match, and the tag team match was good. The tag team match for the tag team belts was a good match. The heroes won. The faces did what they had to do. I was sold. Great. And there was a lot of other matches there, but there were no matches where I was like, wow, this is god-awful dog shit. But the following night was dog shit, and Raw was mega dog shit.
I have a thought, and this is my thought. Okay. I do DoorDash and make about $25, $30 a night if I'm lucky. I sell some comic books. I sell a couple comic books here and there. I do okay. I do stand-up comedy. I don't make a lot of money doing it. I help bands out. Listen, I have a lot of weird hats. I make like $400 a month if I'm lucky. My wife has a really good job. She makes a good amount of money. She borrows me money because she loves me. But here's my point. My rent's like $900 a month. My car payment's $250. Car insurance like $150. I got a phone bill for like $120. Anyway, I have a lot of money. I'm like in debt. I have like $3,000 in credit card debt. Anyway, my point that I'm trying to make right now. Triple H could email me at artofdeets@gmail.com right now. And he can say, Marcus, for some reason, I want you to be a WWE fan. Here's a blank check to watch and enjoy WWE right now. I don't think there's money enough in the world for me to enjoy WWE.
And WWE had one chance to get this right. It was why they needed
I make
Reigns to lose.
a month.
Reigns needed to lose to
poor.
save the company from the boredom that is his title run.
I'm one ticket for speeding away from being homeless. Okay, you know how you get a ticket and then you got to pay a couple $100 and you kind of get screwed because you don't have money in a nest egg. I am one speeding ticket.
I'm not that far off.
I am one speeding ticket away from being homeless. WWE couldn't pay me to watch that shit.
That shit was garbage, but we will. We got some more notes on it. The Seth Rollins comes out and he dances for no reason, and that was it. They had a commercial break for him dancing. Why did he need to dance around the ring, come back out of commercial break, and dance off the stage? That was stupid. Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Mortgage, Damage Control, don't care. Miz comes out and he's all smug and looking like an idiot, and Matt Riddle comes out and beats his ass. Don't care. And Matt Riddle's all flabby. And when Matt Riddle came out, they kept shooting him from the waist up because his gut was all flabby. So he had all that time to prepare. He looked like shit.
We're about to end this podcast because we're pretty much done. But I just
Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Now,
was this the main event?
Paul Heyman sold it. Paul Heyman sold the fear. And the first thing I noticed is as Brock Lesnar is bouncing around in the ring, his whole upper body is just jiggling like ridiculous amounts.
He's all of those wrestlers that you're talking shit about.
They're hitting
have so much better physique than you. I don't know why.
I know, but I know. Well, because you can't come over here and do anything. No, because Bobby Lashley looks like Bobby Lashley. Do you know what they did to Bobby Lashley in 20 plus years of wrestling? They gave him an armband from his elbow, and instead of shorts, he wears full pants now. That's it. That's it.
All right. Well,
and you're right, Red.
This is my last thought.
Well, yeah, and then I got one last thought.
May I? First, this is my last thought. Okay, I don't want to be. This is my podcast, so I can do whatever the fuck I want, honestly. So here's the deal. I have a pro wrestling show that I'm going to be putting on in June. It's Kets Pro. Haven't decided what we're going to name it. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. We're going to put on a show in June. I'm going to work my shitty DoorDash job. I'm going to work whatever side jobs I can get. I'm going to sell merch. I'm going to sell stickers. I'm going to do whatever I can to put on a wrestling show. And I am promoting that wrestling show now. Be on the look for it. Check it out. Check the podcast. Help us with the podcast by sharing, liking, commenting. We appreciate you guys all being here. I'm going to put on a wrestling show because I love professional wrestling. And if Triple H emailed me right now at artofdeets@gmail.com and he gave me a blank check and he said, hey, can you watch WWE for me? I will finance Kets Pro for the next 10 years. My dream of having my own show for 10 years, I will pay for it. I will fund it. If you watch WWE,
Nope.
I'm not doing it.
Nope. Sorry, Jody.
Sorry, Jody. You're a champ without a promotion.
Now I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right
Would
now.
you blame me, Rob?
No. Here's my last thought. And they ended with Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, and they're sitting across Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, sitting across from Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. And by the way, we've skipped one part where basically Paul Heyman told the Usos to fuck off.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Go get on the plane. There's seafood on the plane. I took care of it. Yeah.
That was okay.
They're losers now. Cool.
Yeah, nobody loves them anymore.
Yeah. So Roman Reigns is standing there with Solo Sikoa.
I like Keith. He's all right.
And
That's your brother?
yes.
How's it going, Rob's brother?
Yep.
I haven't met you or anything like that, but I hear you're a cool guy. So
Yep.
Thanks for supporting. Thanks for watching.
Yep. That's my brother. I love you.
Thanks for sticking around.
And I will tell you right now, Roman Reigns sits there, and then Cody gets F5 over and over again. F5 down through a table, F5 through the stairs, F5, F5, F5. And I go, so he's further down the pipe now. Because think about how quickly he goes, I want a rematch. And Roman said, no, you don't get a rematch. And Paul said, no, you don't get a rematch. And Cody was like, well,
what about a tag match?
Okay. So even you, Cody, know you're a loser, which goes to what Markus was saying, that this was understood because he was too quick to accept that. It's not like he said, if I beat Roman in this tag match, then I get a rematch. It's not like he did a qualifying match. He didn't preface any of that. He just said, I want to fight. And you know that I had you. Blah, 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 blah. Frickin' blah. You dirty, shitty writers. Okay? Give me Vince Russo. I'll take Vince Russo writing over this shit. Give me Eric Bischoff writing.
Thank you, Red. That's a good point. That was a Vince move. That wasn't a Triple H move. I hope to think to God that wasn't a Triple H.
Whomever
decision.
did it. Well, but Red, but hold on, Red. I'm going to call your bluff.
artofdeets@gmail.com. Triple H, if you want to try to send me a blank check, I mean.
Yeah, no.
Let me know, buddy.
But Triple H moves are Vince moves because they're family. Triple H has been sucking on Vince's nutsack for 20 years.
That's his dad.
Yeah. So of course, so if it's not Vince, it's not Triple H move, it's a Vince move. It's the same thing. There's no difference. And it was bad writing, very, very bad writing, very rushed, very sloppy, hastily thrown together, raw.
I hate that idea. I really do. That's such
What?
a cop-out story-wise, where you like, if I lose this next match, I'll never challenge for the heavyweight championship
That was dumb.
again.
That was dumb. He didn't need to do it.
That's the stupidest
he wrote himself
story
into
of
a
all time.
he wrote himself into a corner.
Why? What's the point of that? I got to win this one match.
And now my buddy, I got a good friend who's a mutual friend of me and Markus, and he's an aspiring wrestler, and he goes, well, Cody can always rejoin AEW and say, since the contract was broken, I can, but I don't care, because see, here's where Cody fucked up. Personally, there is nothing Cody could do now on a major stage to win a belt and have it be respected. He cannot go back to AEW and ever take a belt and be respected. He cannot take a belt at WWE because it won't match the excitement and the intensity of WrestleMania. He is completely screwed forever now.
Well, what happens is Cody goes to New Japan and he goes and wins a title over there. That's the best bet.
Oh, with the 20 count and red boots.
That's the best bet for Cody Rhodes now if he wants to be a champion.
And it's nothing.
He's
and
not gonna win a
we're
championship
Americans.
in
We don't
WWE.
give a damn about
He's
New
not
Japan
gonna
belt.
win in Impact. The best shot he's got now is New Japan.
Oh no, or NWA. Go get Nick Aldis's belt.
Wait a second. I just thought of this.
Or GCW belt.
I just thought of this.
What?
Cody Rhodes could win a Ring of Honor championship.
Ooh, that's not hard to do. That ring of that, jeez, yeah, he could, but guess
He's
what?
Still allowed to fight for a Ring of Honor championship.
Oh my God! Oh, you know what? He could also get the Impact belt. Hey, you know what? Maybe we'll blow some dust off the TNA belt and give it to him. God damn it, you idiot!
You know what? what? I would like to see him take Tyrus's belt. I'd like him to be the NWA World.
Oh, and then he could
I'd
go
like him to
on.
win his dad's championship.
Then he could go on Fox News and sit there with Greg Gutfeld
Yeah.
in the Tyrus chair and talk about how conservatives are the real victims.
Can you believe that
Like
we've been
Tyrus
live
does
for
every
2
night.
hours and 15 minutes, Rob?
Oh.
And it felt like we didn't say anything. You know why? Because
Because
none of it matters.
Oh.
I'm never watching WWE again.
you know what?
You couldn't pay me to do it. You
The
couldn't-
funniest thing is
You couldn't pay me, Triple H.
Donald Trump was indicted, but the worst thing that happened was
that mustache.
was oh god,
Show
that
it one more
fucking
time.
mustache. What the hell, you lunatic, you freaking mustachioed weirdo.
Yeah, are we
What
talking
were
about
you
his dad?
thinking?
Wasn't his dad
What
that
the
said-
hell were you thinking?
Was it 10 pounds? Was it 10 pounds of gold in NWA?
Yeah, 10 pounds of
Wasn't that Dusty held the NWA, didn't he? That's what
I
was
don't
thinking.
know.
Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know.
remember, I'm just a fan, guys.
Yeah. Tyrus is the GOAT compared to Raw. Tyrus, don't even get me started with Tyrus. He's another one.
Yeah, I would rather watch 10 hours of Tyrus matches.
I would rather watch 10 hours of Tyrus on the Greg Gutfeld show, just talking about him being a victim for being a conservative,
All right, check out Cat's
than
Pro
watching
Wrestling
that
and support this
garbage
podcast.
yesterday.
We're gonna be back next Tuesday to do this all.
Do
over
we even
again.
watch SmackDown now?
No,
Oh.
I'm not. I'm watching Ring of Honor, AEW, GCW,
Impact, NWA.
Impact. I might spruce through. Oh, AAA. I'm gonna be watching AAA.
By the way, recanting everything that happened
Yeah,
gave me a fucking headache.
I know my head hurts a little bit. Did we yell more than we usually do?
Yeah, and I have a headache.
Yeah.
And also these headphones are squeezing the
Cat's
shit out of my
Cat's Pro
skull.
Wrestling. We're going to be doing a live
Oh,
show in
my God.
Las Vegas in June. I have to keep promoting it. If you guys want to follow that, find out more, message me, message Rob. To follow the podcast, share the podcast, help us out.
And I got to remember all the settings I had for my color. Our lighting was so much better last week.
So yeah, Cat's Pro. We're going to be doing a show. We're going to do it live on Twitch.
No, I wouldn't watch
Or-
SmackDown. There's no reason to. It's dumpster fire now.
So
I'm going to go and take a bear aspirin and
we'll see you
and
guys
kill myself.
we're going to see you next week. Rob might kill himself.
good night.
Good night.